I am
I
recording.
already hit record,
Recording.
baby.
Hit record
Nice.
this time.
Now for our usual talking aimlessly for a solid 5 minutes before we actually.
Okay, so
do
We did
what
that
we do.
already. We're doing it.
It's fine, it's fine. And everybody is showing up on the audio this time, so that's
you guys
great.
eat any good snacks
Hooray!
lately?
Yeah. Snacks? Oh.
Oh, wait, one more
Fine.
second. Is there anything I need to check to make sure that everything is separate? That I'm not recording, like...
Actually, no, that's a good point. Let me go into the. I mean, not that you've done any editing in anything.
I'm continually going
Wow.
to. I'm going to.
Wow.
Does it sound like I'm rushing you? I would never.
Oh no, I'm yelling at Kai. It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh no, I'm aware. I'm just being the good kid.
DM's pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is appreciated, isn't it?
DM's assistant's pet. I'm actually
Well-
ticking off the DM.
No, you're all good.
Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright. Are we ready to clap?
Yes.
I should also put
All
this
right,
book to
let's
the
clap
side.
back,
Beloved.
baby.
Let's fucking do this.
Liz, beloved.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
That was so fucking out of sync
It
from
was
our end.
fine.
I think it was pretty good.
Nice. I don't know when to clap anymore. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
God,
fine.
we've been well out of practice.
Look, it doesn't matter.
We want to
Like,
do a second one just for
it's fine.
safety?
again. Let's just make Jay's future self hate us. I
Yeah.
reckon we leave.
I'm cool with
No,
that.
I'm down to do another clap.
Jay, I love you in
I
the
love you
future.
too.
Well, I love you
One
now
more
also, but
clap.
also future
One
Jay.
more
Hi.
clap.
Yeah. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know if that was better or worse.
I think that
I
was
think it was just
better
a
on
different
my
order.
end, so
Oh well, it's
Sure.
good enough.
sounded
We'll
fine.
align it.
I'll work it out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Anyway. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Odyssey. It has been a while since our last session, so there's probably going to be a lot of questions of what the hecky was going on again, and does anyone remember if we did this yet? We have, thankfully, had some of our players be absolutely wonderful and re-listen to the last session. I was not one of those people.
That's fine. We'll remind you.
Anyway, introductions. Hi, I am Kai, I am your DM and also your god. I am also half asleep today, so your prayers may or may not be answered, depending on what your prayers were.
Oh God, no! The DM's asleep at the wheel. Quick.
Would our wonderful players please like to introduce themselves and their characters?
Hi, I'm Jay. I play Francesca Elizabeth Steinbeck, aka Frankie. I don't have a funny joke this time. I'm sorry. My brain went blank. Moving on.
Hi, what's up? I'm Mark. I'm playing Biff. She's large.
Yes.
She's large.
Just cheering every time.
Every time. I will never stop cheering. Fuck you.
Hi, I'm Liz. Today I'm playing, as always, Miss Foam Forrester. She is a square, and I also do not have a joke.
Good news. Tsugi's whole life is a joke. So, hey everybody, I'm Snail. Obviously, I am playing Tsugi, and the most recent joke that Tsugi has played on life is he has, he put a sprout of a real kind fruit tree seed into his perfectly normal daffodil pot. And then put it back in his hammer space. That's the joke.
Fine.
You're very caught up on that in a very amazing manner. Nothing
Like-
bad is going to happen. It could also be, I beg you, I dare say it, good.
It could be. Hey DM, is the daffodil tune kind or real kind?
I was just thinking that.
The daffodil is real kind because you did get it from, a house that was basically all real kind as well.
Okay,
so.
cool.
Cool.
Evil house. Evil house.
Well, yes,
We
that's-
hate
We're not
the
there
music.
anymore,
Aside
don't worry
from
about
that.
it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Also, I'm realizing, as I was just looking through the channel, I never actually posted a picture of the map that you guys were looking at.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
also just going to be quietly doing that in the background. Apologies if I take a second to respond to things.
No, don't worry.
It's
Worries.
okay.
But
We
yeah.
can riff. We can
We're
riff.
not going to
We're
be
very
like
good at it.
traveling too much, honestly. So
But yeah, the town that you guys were in is Lomen, spelt Loemen. It is like a very, I say town, it's a tiny ass little village.
It's some houses that are huddling together against the cold.
Exactly. So that's where you guys currently are.
Can
There
you spell
is
it one more time?
Loemen.
Okay.
Okay.
I realize
Hi.
I could just like I swear I've written that down in the chat before, but
Apparently not.
Oh well.
You expect us to read?
I mean,
Well-
Jay didn't know how to spell it, so.
Hey! I use
It's
up
a
all
made
my
up word,
words
it's
on my
fine.
It's fine.
schoolwork.
It's fine. Okay. Right, okay, yeah, it is morning. You guys have actually had a reasonably good sleep. I do actually have a very important question to ask Jay, because Posey is originally your character. Is she a morning person?
Yeah, but not in the same way that Frankie is. Frankie is like one of those really annoying morning people who looks like they're very fresh and like dewy faced and just like looks like they are 100% ready to start the day. Posey just doesn't look like she has slept.
Huh.
That's
Like
Ever.
there appears to be no difference.
Wonderful. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna get everyone, please make yourselves a Constitution saving throw. This is not for anything important. It's basically just to see how jet lagged you still are.
Fuck.
You have been here for a while, for closing in on a week now, I believe. But the sleep schedules that you've been sticking to have been incredibly erratic, so you've not really had a chance to adjust to the new time zone.
It's been great.
Jet lag is a thing most people don't really have to deal with.
Yeah.
No?
It's not something that you guys will really know to deal with. And admittedly, you are toons, so you do have a little bit of resilience against it.
Do we?
I think not with those rolls, actually. Yeah, not with those fucking rolls.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
I think,
Yeah,
obviously...
we want to go. Yeah, do we want to go back to dice parser?
Never.
Okay,
Dice
okay.
parser is a bitch and a motherfucker.
Alright.
Avery's also a bitch motherfucker.
So I think with these fucking rolls, I don't know who any of you guys are because I don't remember what nicknames you are fucking using. Okay, Biff,
Oh,
you are
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, you don't change. This is far more hilarious. But
I
Biff,
should put
you
it
are the
in.
one that's doing the best with that 11, which says
Yep.
a lot about everyone else. And so Biff, you're kind of half adjusted. You are going to be in that groggy stage when you wake
Yeah.
up because you know that you should kind of wake up time's not for a while yet, but I think probably what happens is you hear Posey moving around the rest of her cottage and go, oh wait, that's the current big boss, so should probably be paying attention to that. And so you are awake groggily. With both of you getting a 5, Ms. Foam and Tsugi, I will let you guys judge what you want to be, but you are very much aware that you should not be awake at this hour. But no, actually, it's kind of a sensible hour, but is it? Your body says it should be fucking midnight. How you react to that personally, I'll leave that up to you. Frankie,
Frankie's still asleep.
with a 1, has not got adjusted to the new time zone at all, and is thoroughly convinced that it is the middle of the night and therefore all sensible people should be asleep.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, Posey is clattering about in the kitchen, making herself some... it's not actually coffee, because you guys, they probably don't actually have coffee here, but it is some manner of very bad-smelling herbal hot drink that she's...
Herbal tea.
Yes, it's like... Oh, tea is
Tea.
generous.
Tea is anything that's that you is leaves or flowers or whatever, and
Leaf
you
juice.
can brew it.
It's
so
leaf juice.
It's tea. It's tea.
Foul-smelling leaf juice. And I think it's probably going to be the thing that's making the entire cottage smell of whatever the fuck this is, and it's not very nice.
Smells really strongly like aniseed.
But anyone that tries to talk to Posey before she has finished drinking it will just be glared at. So,
Damn.
it's up to you guys what you want to do.
I mean, what Tsugi's going to do is he is going to be aware enough to wake, and then he's immediately gonna, like, moan and just and, like, cover his head with his blanket and, like, turn over and just, like, hunker down as best as he can, because no!
Excellent.
He wants to be asleep.
Tsugi is me every single morning.
Very much so. Is there a window in this specific space?
Yes, there is one just looking outside into the front yard where there were little plaques in the ground and a tree in the corner.
Yeah, because I guess it's very much going to be a case of Miss Foam, like, dragging herself. Because her body is very much, like, saying it is nighttime, and you should be asleep, but she understands, like, no, it's morning and activities and must follow schedule, so she's going to try and pull herself towards the light to just remind her brain that you should be awake right now.
Hey,
Excellent.
Frankie. Hey, Frankie. You did get a 1 and Tsugi got a 5, right?
Yeah.
It would be so weird if you guys' sleeping spots were so close that in his attempt to cover his eyes and find warm, he just sort of snuggled up to the nearest warm...
Snuggle. Yeah, no, this
I thought
is
you were
allowed.
gonna say
This is allowed.
smacks her in the face, but that's
I
good.
was also thinking that too.
I mean, that can happen later. It's he that rolled a 5, so actually Frankie should smack him in the face.
No, Frankie is like, again, still convinced that it is the middle of the night and whatever the hell is going on is, possibly just dreams? Probably bad dreams, that's what it is. So she is, like, still, like, curled right up, like, in a little cat ball, with her head hidden. She's not coming out.
I really would like to imagine that Biff has probably woken up before at least the rest of you three.
Yeah.
And Kai, let me know if this is a real bad idea, but I
Okay.
think she has, like, gone outside and started doing, like, morning push-ups and shit.
Okay, I do have to ask. You don't have to roll anything for it, just go with what's in character. Going outside and doing push-ups is entirely fine. Where are you planning on doing them? Because, like, you've got the pathway, which leads directly from the gate to the door, and it's kind of like, it's mostly, it's not gravel because the rocks aren't fine enough, but it's, like, really small kind of cobble, like, little stones everywhere. You've got the grass, which is predominantly, like, every couple of feet, you've got one of those little plaques pressed into the ground. Or if you want, you could go to, like, the pathway outside where the, like, the small road is, and be on full view of the rest of the village.
God, it's
Sleeve
really
also,
good, though.
we've still got sleeve and stuff there too.
Yeah.
I mean, my answer is, like, wherever there's room for her.
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably better outside, right?
Yeah, definitely, I reckon the easiest place for you to be able to find some grass is going to be, outside, cross the road, and there is just generalized grassland. And
I mean, can
couple
she
of
still
hedges
see,
there.
like, the house?
Yeah, you were still...
Yeah, that's
You're
fine.
like 5 feet away, right?
Yeah, like, literally across the road, you're probably grand total of maybe 10 feet from the door, really.
Hype.
Nice.
Excellent.
I need the shot of, like, Miss Foam waking up, trying to get to her senses, looks back at Frankie, looks back at Tsugi. We're missing a wall, looks at the window, and just sees, like, a shape fucking going up and down.
Yeah, she's doing, like, morning workout shit. She's like... She's doing, like, what do people do in morning workout? She's doing stretches, she's doing push-ups,
Fucking-
she's
yeah.
getting up, she's waking up. She hasn't been able to do this for a little while. It's been kind of a little difficult to do.
I love this.
Okay, very
Probably
fair.
doing, like, what, crunches?
Yeah.
Pull-ups?
Yeah.
Sit-ups? No, not
Excellent.
pull-ups, because she would have to have a... Is there any tree branches?
Yeah.
The real question is, are there any tree branches strong enough to hold Biff?
Not nearby, no.
Alright, well, she doesn't do that one then.
I was gonna say, like, again, you are still located kind of next to a forest. There are still plenty of trees about. I don't think any of them are really, gonna be safe for you, Biff.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's just doing that out in full view. There's nothing wrong. What else is she gonna do? Be in the house? You guys are sleeping.
Yeah,
There's no room in there.
she's being considerate.
I think Posey kind of just, like, watches you leave and doesn't comment on anything, because she's in grumpy mode.
Fine.
There is no sign yet of Jerome, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, how is Posey? Is she drunk her don't talk to me till I had my tea juice
She have a mug or
moment yet,
something?
or no?
I'm gonna give her, like, a solid 15 minutes, and, yeah, then she will probably, start kind of going about the day. She will probably vanish into another room out the back, unless you go to talk to her or anything.
Okay. I think Miss Phone would first just, like, go and, like, open the door quietly and just, like, look outside and just see, like, is there frequent people? How busy does it sound outside?
Outside, it sounds pretty quiet. You can hear a little bit of chatter in the distance, but Posey's house is on the very edge of town. If you kind of, like, look down the road, you can see a little bit of movement, and you can probably even see a couple of humans walking back and forth, talking to each other, but it's not super busy yet. You have got a couple of the villagers, like, hopping over some gates to go tend to livestock. No one's really looking in your direction yet, and no one can really see you yet.
There is very much a moment where Miss Foam is just, like, sitting and thinking, like, do I stop this? She doesn't want to stop Biff doing this, but she's probably gonna come back in when she's done. And it's also the question of, like, would she waste it? And the answer is yes, she's not thinking about this. So she's gonna use one of her wild shapes to use the ability to actually use Find Familiar. So, like, a little like a robin just, like, flutters out from her, like,
Now, I have to ask,
from her face.
is it Toon or is it real kind?
It's Toon. Yeah, robins would be Toon, very orbular.
Very
Spherical.
Yeah, spherical.
You're taking time to do this, right?
What do you mean taking time? Like
are you ritual casting this, or are you?
No, this is using a wild shape, so it's instant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's the same amount of time that it would use to use wild shape. And she would just, like, instruct it quietly to just be like, just be on the lookout to see if anyone's gonna get a little closer, because, like, if people are very much vaguely walking silhouettes in the distance, we're probably just vague silhouettes in the distance as well. If anyone comes closer, that's an issue. But it's probably going to be fine. Just sends the bird onto, like, the roof of the house, like, edge, and be like, if anyone comes, like, I don't know, like 60 feet ish, let me know and I'll come run outside. And she'll just turn back inside and try and talk with Posey.
All right.
This poem is doing so good. Meanwhile, there's something homoerotic happening over with.
It's
Tsugi
fine.
and
She's
Frankie,
ignoring
but nobody
it.
needs to know about that.
I love how you say it's homoerotic when, like,
literally
it's straight. It's straight. It's. I mean, debatable,
is it,
but
though?
like. No,
Is
like
it
that is true. That is true. I'm just like, wonderful choice of words when to an outside observer.
Gender's really just a number, right?
It's just a stat.
1, 2, 0. It's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. If you two are happy to continue napping, unless, because like I need to know, Frankie, is there anything in particular that is going to wake you up?
Yeah, like if it's like a loud noise or someone directly pulls like the cover off her, or like sudden direct light from the window, something like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think Miss Foam will just like appear next to Posey and just like wait until she acknowledges, and yeah.
Yeah, I think Posey at this point has just been kind of leaning against the kitchen bench, cupping a handmade mug in her hands, and just when she kind of sees you coming and standing next to her, she'll look down and won't say anything and just take another long sip. But she is watching you and has acknowledged that you are there.
She will say in Elvish, I apologize for not introducing myself properly yesterday. Our member here seemed to have taken the lead, and besides her and myself, who have so happened to figure out that this language is applicable, we cannot communicate fully. She looks at the sleeping Tsugi, who is doing some fruity shit with Frankie, and just goes, but my name is Miss Foam Forrester. It is a pleasure to be your acquaintance. And she says that with like a questioning thing of, sorry about last night.
Okay. I don't think Posey is going to be holding it against you specifically. So, again, there's another long sip, and then she will put the cup down and hold out her hand as an offer to shake hands, and just, Posey. Just Posey. Miss Posey if you must, but it's good to know at least one of you seems to know what they're doing.
Oh, the rest of us chuckle fucks don't know shit.
I seem to get that impression a lot, and she'll just extend a vine as a gentle handshake in return.
Good news, she does not recoil in the slightest. She does seem a little bit puzzled, but it is... She does shake your, like, ivy tendril, I guess, or whatever.
Appendage.
She's lucky. I would also offer a hand, but I know some people do not like that offer. I would say I was surprised to see your very measured reaction towards us. Though I am not from around here, I could understand if it is a bit odd.
She takes in a deep breath and just... I can't say that I haven't seen weirder, but because, to be quite honest, yes, this is very strange. I am not used to this. I am not used to having anybody in my house, and Jerome doesn't tend to bring that many strays around, though when he does, he's... As I said, it is good to know that you do seem to know what you are doing, because I have to say, the rest of your party doesn't really seem it.
It is not like we were put here on purpose. We were put here in very rash and rushed and accidental circumstances.
Jerome said there was a magical accident?
Yes, we were in the complement of two academic slanted magic users. They seemingly could transport objects and matters from one place to another, but their methodology had a sort of faults and broke.
And there was a goop monster involved?
Unfortunately, we believe that was the source of why the spell did not work and how we were all transported here.
Ah. Well, yes. Contaminants will do that. I am sorry that you have been displaced.
Appreciate it, and we are sorry for imposing. It's not what we intended. So I do want to offer help and some consolidation with that. Did Jerome inform you about what happened within the forest?
Posey gives a nod.
Was he able to pass the name of who did it?
Oh, sorry, it's one that I'm actually trying to remember. Give me just a moment. I'm passing that myself.
Also, I'll ask you after you pass it,
Yeah,
but I
think-
also have another question related to it.
Jerome didn't mention a name, but I will admit he doesn't. He's not always the sort of person to really be good when it comes to names.
Damn, me too.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
a
shout outs.
Furbolg thing. They are what you call yourself is less important than what you are. I believe there's this big old long-winded thing that he's told me many times before, but frankly, it's what else are you meant to call people?
I see. Well, now this is a question. One, did he speak in a common that we understood?
I think I was gonna say, like, I think at least one of you guys had a spell
Because
that means you
Frankie
could-
had tongues.
Yeah,
Yeah, Frankie had
we
tons.
a brief exchange.
The rest of you wouldn't have understood. No.
Okay.
What is fun though is not that you he understands he understands Toon Common. He does not know why.
What?
He would not have recognized
Nice.
it himself, but he would understand Toon Common.
But he wouldn't have spoken in it. Yeah.
No, he wouldn't have.
Okay. Because I'm trying to remember the exchange specifically because he did introduce himself formally and Frankie gave it away. So at least Frankie for sure knows his name.
Yes.
I don't know if Miss Phone would have been able to pick it up because yeah, it's common, but it's different language essentially, and different language structure means that you don't know what is a name and what is, just
Ooh.
a word you don't fully understand.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Make me, I think. Oh, I'm trying to think what role you'd do for this realistically.
There isn't one for linguistics, is there?
No, I would say this is definitely going to be an intelligence role.
Okay.
As to which one, again, we don't really have one for linguistics.
Insight,
I think,
maybe?
like
If
You
it's-
can call for a general intelligence
Yeah.
if you need
instinct or
to.
just a general.
Yeah, insight is more general. I would say the closest you'd get to linguistics is probably going to be make a history roll.
Okay. Well, that's just a 220. I wonder if she would do this. Like, yeah, fuck it. I'll add the guidance on herself where she's like, it looks like she's pausing to try and like recall it because it would be better if she could just give it rather than just defer to Frankie who's currently sleeping.
Yeah, I was going to
So,
say,
like-
because Frankie, did you mention a name at any point?
I don't believe so, because I think we didn't really talk about what went down, because we were all a bit
Yep, fair.
alarmed. So I don't think so. No.
Okay. So
Frankie, wake up. What was that guy's name?
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So Posey sees like little like yellow glowy dots appear around his phone and she tries to remember, but that's only a 10.
Hmm. I'm gonna say you, with a 10, you do not remember enough for a name. Not with, like, different grammar structures and all of that, but there is one word that you do remember, mostly because it was when he was doing a stupid mocking little bow, and and you know enough like of how tunes tend to work that you can make a good guess of whatever he was saying there was possibly important. So you remember what is the common for this area and word for lord. So you got the
Okay.
title.
Yes.
That's really all you need, isn't it?
And listen, there's a lot of laws about, and I'm all for destroying all the laws, but kind
Lord,
of,
what's his butts?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be then. I was not able to pick out the details of what he was saying towards us because, again, I do not know the local language, but I believe from his mannerisms and what I was able to pick up that he was a higher rank person of some sort. I'm sure Jerome could provide a description of what he was. I'm poor with descriptions myself, but
Do you remember any of the words that he said?
um,
It's
I
okay.
guess she'll just she'll just recite like the word Lord back at her. Like, I believe
Yeah.
that was the title.
We don't have any lords around here, so I don't know who this man is or what he's calling himself, but he seems to have been causing trouble, and it seems like from the way that he got out of there so quickly that this was something planned, which I am not a fan of. I'm aware that you are looking to get home, but you did say last night that you and your... She gestures vaguely at where Frankie and Tsugi are still asleep.
The troop.
Friends might be willing to...
Yes, I am also for this. If you are still willing to have us, we truly do not mean any ill will.
I understand this. Jerome did say a lot of things, and he said that to whatever extent is reasonable, that I can trust you. And I have responsibilities to this town. I cannot leave. I have jobs. There is work to be done. But if we can find out what is going on, if we can find out who this man was, if we can find out why we've had a body go missing and sightings of strange movement, and then... apologies. I would appreciate your help to figure out what is going on, because if we can figure out what is going on and we can put a fix to it, then that will be less stress for everyone involved, yes?
Yes. Is the places of... Do you think the places that we need to investigate are around this town still?
I believe the best place to start off would be Ilja's house. That's I mentioned the body that she was an older lady. She liked to adventure. She got sick, and her body has been resting in her cottage for the past 2 days. It was due to be resting in there for another day, and at the end of today, it was I was to take care of it and do all the ceremonies and all of that. But if that would probably be the best place to start to figure out what has been going on.
Another inquiry is I know you internalized and understood that it was strange, but fine with our appearance. But do you think that would pass along to the rest of the town? Do you think if we were to take on this task, we would do it with ease, or should we act with caution, or should we
I
invoke your blessings?
I think for now it may be best to not be seen unless you are by my side, because if you are with me, then the town will not necessarily trust you, but they are more likely to tolerate you if they have me there to speak for you. Until
Then
they are more used to it, this is probably for the best. And I think this is
Yeah.
the perfect moment that outside
Oh my
you
god.
hear a woman scream. And Miss Foe, your
Perfect.
little Robin comes
Sorry, that was
flying back
Biff.
in.
No.
I want I want both Tsugi and Frankie to sit bolt upright immediately and smack hands like ow.
Perfect.
Great start to the day.
a woman has spotted our friend outside.
Posey
She just
just
turns around and starts heading for the door.
yeah.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Yeah.
Posey just like looks up at the ceiling, drags a hand down her face, and is just like, she doesn't say it, seeing as Miss Phone's already on the move, but it's just, you can tell. Yes, like that, exactly like that. And she heads outside to go see Biff. You have been getting on with your exercise. You've been pretty good. This is the first chance you've had to do a proper workout in more than a week, frankly. So you're feeling pretty good, and you're not necessarily paying attention as you are doing your one-handed push-ups.
No, why would she be?
As a young lady comes walking down the road, carrying a basket full of bread, looking to go towards Posey's cottage, and spots you, and screams, and drops the basket of bread, and goes running back up the road.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Biff's immediate reaction to like someone appearing is to kind of like stare them down.
Yeah.
Hey, it's free bread estate.
There is
It's free bread estate.
there is a deer in the headlights moment before she goes legging it back down the road.
Is Biff like? Is she just like holding the push-up pose, or like just
Yeah.
staring?
Or no, she doesn't stop.
That's worse.
What the fuck are you looking at? Keep walking.
Yeah. What, you want something to do with me?
syndrome. Today's fatalities 1 and counting.
Oh, great, cool.
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
What am I looking at? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at
Oh,
you, looking
God.
at me. What are you looking at?
Looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. What are you looking at?
I'm gonna do a murder. I'm gonna put one of you on mute.
Kai,
Make
does
it me.
Posey
Biff
and
has
Miss
to do
Foam
something important.
does Posey and Miss Foam notice the backside of the running lady?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, cool. At least you have an identifier of some capacity.
Yeah. I think, Posey is just, again, big sigh and goes to walk over and start picking up and dusting off the loaves of bread and putting them back in the drop basket, because, look, there's no point in wasting food.
Nice, good bread.
I think
No,
Miss
it's
Foam will
huge.
come over and be like, Biff, do you seem to be nearly done with your exercise routine?
Me, I don't know how long an exercise takes.
How long do you want to be doing an exercise? Because I can see Biff being, like, speeding through exercise within 5 minutes for the sake of making things
The boss.
work. Or
I mean, she's definitely been going for a little while,
Yeah.
but sure, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say,
It's
like,
yeah.
Okay, because I think we should head inside sooner than later to talk about what we should be doing.
Sure. Yeah, she was looking at me.
I know. We should probably return her bread when she reappears.
Okay.
Frankie is going
Finders keepers, though. Come on.
Oh, damn bread! She works for it.
Frankie is going to stick her head around the door frame and be like, "Was that somebody screaming?" It seems
Yeah, she was looking at me.
Oh, Biff, darling, you didn't. You haven't got into a fight already, have you?
Nope. Like so self-satisfied.
Then why the screaming? She's just looking back and forth between Biff and Ms. Foam.
just Miss Foam is just like looking Frankie up and down. Like, the equivalent of opening her mouth, closes her mouth, just like we should just head inside.
Yeah, as you guys are going back through the door, you can see, just like cresting the hills come down the road, a bunch of other people. It's not like a massive group of them yet, and they're mostly just seeming kind of like confused and like peering over to see if they can see anything. One of them does manage to spot you just before you head inside, and you can just hear some like muffled gasps and everything as they're going back. And
Biff maintains eye contact as she's hurried along.
Biff turns around at the doorway and just watches as she steps backwards.
Posey has now finished picking up all the various loaves of bread in the basket and just looks and glares at you right back, Biff, and makes like a little waving motion telling all of you guys to just get back inside.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. And you guys can actually see through the window as Posey walks back up the road to kind of meet everyone before they get too close and have a bit of a conversation with them for now. So, and because that none of you guys are there, I'm not going to tell you how the conversation goes.
No.
Oh shit.
Listen, I got this bird for an hour.
Okay, the bird goes.
For an hour, baby.
Does the bird understand all languages?
Fuck. God damn it.
Well, you should be able to hear through the bird, though.
Yeah, Miss Foreman's going to hear through the bird, but I don't think Posey's going to be speaking in Elvish, so it's the thing.
They're going back to speaking in the local common.
Yeah. So, like, the bird flies over, and then it's like, you know what? I did not think this through. The bird flies back.
That really helps Posey's point, I'm sure.
Yeah. People are like...
I mean, it's a... What's their passive perception? Do you want me to roll stealth for this bird?
Yes.
It's a bird.
Orbula.
Roll me fucking stealth.
Yeah.
These are guys, they get nice because there's a group of them. Okay.
Alright. Bird stat block.
Yeah.
No, there is a bird. Oh, sorry. I should have got this way earlier.
No, it's okay.
Draw it. Wild shapes. Guess I'm gonna use this. Right, stealth is going to be +3. Well, D20 +3. Fucking 9. God damn it.
Yeah, no, the bird is very easily spotted, and you do get, whenever it kind of flies close, you get a little moment of being able to see people kind of like dodging out of the way of it, and lots of pointing, and lots of confused yelling. No more like outright screaming, but confused yelling as more and more crowd seems to gather.
Did you fucking see that? Did you fucking see that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, what the hell?
Oh my god.
And you can hear Posey very carefully trying to get everyone to calm down.
Hey, it kind of looks like you.
You think they did that on purpose? It definitely looks like her.
The Bud just flies away, and Miss Phone turns around to the rest of the group. I did not think I helped.
Good.
The important thing is you tried your best, dear.
I think at this point Jerome's kind of woken up and is coming shambling out of the bedroom, and like shambling is the correct word to use here, rubbing at his eyes, and it's just like looking around, going like wondering what the heck's going on. Why is
Hey,
they yelling?
bestie.
Someone's out there trying to start something.
The town folk don't seem eased at our presence, she says in Elvish.
Yeah. And Jerome is just like, he nods, and
He understands.
he just like, yeah, he's too tired. It's too early for this.
He turns around and goes back to bed.
Jerome
Yeah,
is not a morning
that's
person.
weird. I didn't know how to tell you this before, but you guys are fucking strange.
Like, it's just nods, just kind of like, just gestures to everyone, just to everyone here, just like, yeah, calm down, chill, it's cool. Posy's got this, and then he'll go, not talking, this is just gesturing, and he will go and settle down on the couch and start kind of like pulling things out of his pockets and rearranging odds and ends. He's kind of setting himself up for the day.
Yeah, it's just like, you just wait, it'll be fine.
Basically.
I will go ahead and mention, in the space between when we last saw Tsugi homoerotically wrapped around Frankie and sleeping in quotation marks, between then and now, he has collected all of the blankets that were being dispersed among everybody and is now underneath all of them on one side of the couch, with the majority of them covering his head. He's sleepy. He's so sleepy.
You can't deny a sleepy boy.
And not awake.
Okay, well, good news and bad news.
Oh no.
After about after a couple of minutes, you can hear the rabble has kind of quieted down a little bit. It's gone a bit more chill, and you can still hear people talking, but it's not yelling anymore. And then you can hear clump, clump, clump as Posy comes back down the path, opens the door, not bothering to close it behind her. She's just kind of walks in, looks around the living room, sees everyone, and Tsugi, she's going to reach into the blanket pile and try to grab your arm to drag you out there.
Drag you out by the
Oh,
ear.
no, you're gonna have to roll dicks for me, buddy.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Dive.
She's going to try.
Improvised
God.
grapple.
Yeah, basically. Oh wait, it's not. That's the wrong command.
Jesus
Oh wait,
Christ!
no.
Wait, you've got the
Yeah, no, that's my bad.
No. GG.
That's my bad.
Tsugi didn't roll well though.
Yeah, Tsugi, you're like
Did not-
shit.
Oh, I thought that wasn't that time.
Oh! Posy rolled a crit fail on that. I think she comes out with nothing but a handful of blankets. And
Yeah, I think what she does is she like keeps reaching in, but then every time she pulls out, it's another bottom layer of blanket.
yeah,
So then she like reaches back in and pulls out another bottom layer, and eventually he runs out. But in the meantime, he's like throwing blankets up left and right.
When she pulls the last blanket, he's sitting in like a pose
Yeah.
on the couch.
Paint me like
Hi.
one of your French
Yeah,
girls.
like a yeah.
it like poses just again, like rubs a hand down her face as she looks very, very stressed out right now. Quickly looks around to Ms. Foam, and in Elvish, it's just like, tell him I need him to come outside and be quiet. He is the least offensive.
Oh!
The least visually offensive.
Yeah.
Miss Fun like brings out a hand and like raises a finger. It's like, are you sure you don't want me to come with him? Or do you simply just need him? Like, are you fucking sure?
He might be the least
He's-
visually offensive,
Yeah,
but like
Posey just like takes a breath. You are the most reasonable, yes. He is the one that looks the most normal.
Tsugi's eyes are sort of darting between Posey and Miss Foam, going like,
Miss Fun turns to Tsugi. and says, Posey is requesting that you come outside with her to show that we are not a threat to the rest of the townsfolk.
Oh, I can do that. He sort of like sits up and he's like, you remember how I talked with that drunk? Listen, I've got this, you guys. And he's sort of like...
The moment that you stand up, Posey is going to just hold out a hand to stop you,
Oh my...
give you a glare, point directly at your chest, cover her mouth with her hand, and just like clamp her hand over her mouth, glaring at you, and nods very slowly.
Tsugi, like, follows her every movement of, like, point at myself, cover the mouth, oh wait, I know this gag, zips up his lips, sees Posey's eyes widen in horror, unzips his lips, nods, I understand, scary lady, I get it, no more gags.
Yeah, that Posey just for a moment just has to do the whole, like, prayer hands sort of.
It's like, this
Boy!
is so much more trouble than it's
Pretty
worth.
much. And then she will walk back outside. Well, she'll head
Miss
back towards
Fo-
the door and hold it open for you to go first.
Miss Fum sends the bird on Tsugi's shoulder.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, Tsugi sort of, like, ambles forward. He's now, like, very tuned in to exactly what Miss Posey wants, because, like, for all of his bluster and gusto, he does want to make sure that the person who's providing the beds is at least somewhat satisfied. Sort of like clambers down the front steps, looks around at the villagers who are moving, waves a hand, puts his hand down because wait, he wasn't told that he was allowed to raise a hand, he was told to be silent, looks back at Posey.
Posey is now just walking back up to the villagers and, okay, again, just kind of, yeah, you are allowed to move around as long as you are not causing any havoc sort of thing. She's not ignoring you, but she's also not going to directly talk to you at all. As she's mostly just kind of demonstrating your existence to the rest of the villagers and just going like, look, this is... Tsugi, you cannot understand exactly what she's saying word for word, but you can get the generalized vibes of these are guests. Yes, they look weird. They are from far away. They are possibly magical. Like, do not be scared. I don't think they're here to harm us.
You don't
Tsugi
think?
sort of like
You don't know.
ambles forward, make sure that none of the villagers are like hesitating or retreating as he sort of like walks up beside Posey, sort of like holds out a hand to one of the littlest ones, whether that's a child or just someone who is not tall. One of the littlest ones around sort of like holds out his hand, but it's like palm up, so that if they know what a handshake is, they can take it as a handshake. But if they don't know what a handshake is, it's still like, I'm not gonna smack you. I'm not gonna like do anything to you. I'm peaceful. I am peaceful.
I think, like, a rather short old man who has kind of been mostly at the front of the crowd, and, I will say right now, he was one of the people that was yelling the loudest before. You know
Nice.
the sort of old man that
Yes.
I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
I think he's like, squints his eyes suspiciously, and just pokes your hand, and looks at his
Damn.
finger, because just, like, he's not quite sure what's going on.
It's like, you look, like, are you drawn? Like, what's going
You look like
on
a
here?
manuscript.
You look 2D, which doesn't seem
Tsugi.
right.
Tsugi pokes his hand, pokes his own hand, not the old man's hand.
Okay,
Pokes
okay.
his own hand, licks his own finger, like holds out his hand again, like, are you gonna shake? Are you gonna extend your hand? I have something really funny to do if you do, but if you don't, I'm not gonna force it.
I
Mm.
don't
Please
think
not
they
risk it.
understand, and I think this is the point that Posey is going to cotton on very slightly, and it's just going to shove you a bit further back behind her.
Stop interacting
Oh,
with
come
them.
on! I wasn't even doing anything. Like,
The
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
the bird on Tsugi's shoulder just like headbutts. Like doesn't peck, but like stop.
I'm not doing anything. I don't know what you guys want from me, but if you want me to be something that's normal is talking, even if they can't understand me, all right? I'm not trying to fuck this up.
All this said directly to the bird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Duh.
They're all staring at
Which
me.
was
I think,
Unfortunately, this bird is not a walkie-talkie.
Posey is going to kind of like look over and speaking to the bird who she has figured out that, yep, okay, Ms. Foam, you can obviously hear what this bird can hear. And is just, Ms. Foam, please bring everyone out. Keep the large one further back, maybe.
Okay. Damn. Miss Fun will turn around and say, like, Miss Posey said that we shall walk down towards the group. In order, myself, Frankie, and then Biff at the back. Oh God, you can't even ask, like, is it okay to bring Jerome in, or he's just gonna sit here in the house?
Yeah, Jerome, you want in?
Jerome could do his own thing.
Like, do you actually talk to him, or?
Yeah, I guess Miss Fun will say, Posey has asked us to come outside towards the group. I'm not sure if you want to stay within this house or accompany us.
I think he'll kind of just like watch for a second as he look at you for a second, looks up at the ceiling as he thinks, and then just slowly shakes his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like,
fine.
Yeah,
it's like
I
it's not
understand.
even like, hell no, this is your problem. It's more just kind of like, no, I think you guys have got this.
It's
You don't
loud
need me here.
out there. There's lots of
There's a lot of
who
people
might
who-
want eye contact.
He has been having a week.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's like you guys are on your own there.
Yeah, she nods and then heads for the door and opens it and looks behind, and we march forward carefully.
Unfortunately, in the time between you guys being summoning and Posey turning back around, Tsugi has sort of like started like wiggling his fingers. I have only 4 fingers, but I've got fingers like you guys. Sort of like popped
Wow.
his knuckles. You guys pop your knuckles, right? Sort of like played with his hair, like hair. Everybody's got hair. He's now sort of like wiggling his limbs because he's like, everybody's like multi-jointed. He's
not even a
completely
thing,
lost
it's
them.
just a crazy
He's doing a little dance.
One moment, I'm looking through Posey's spell list.
Oh,
Old person.
Listen,
Yeah.
holds the man, rotates the man, behold the man.
I would say you could just choke him out, but then he would make a squeaky toy noise, and that would make things worse.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have anything prepared that's actually going to
She
be
doesn't have hold
useful
person.
here. Which is a
Hey
pity.
Kai,
Yes.
can I ask about the makeup of this crowd?
Yeah.
What's the general like? Is it all like? I mean, there's like there's an old man. Is it all old men? Is it like
No, it's
like what's the like yeah
from
demographics? I suppose.
From the looks of things, it's close to the entire village by this point. It's basically all human. The vast majority of them tend to have quite pale skin. There are 1 or 2 with slightly darker, like none of them have dark skin, but some are kind of closer to a light brown rather than just pale as fuck, because y'all are near the Arctic Circle, so there's most people here are gonna have fucking pale skin because they don't travel very far.
We're talking the demographics of your typical rural English country village,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. So the people, you've got a pretty wide range of ages. You have got like that very old man. You can also spot a couple of young children clinging to the legs of their various guardians. You can see their equal mix between men and women. But for the most part, the entire crowd looks like these are farmers, or they make stuff from hand. Like, they make everything they have from hand. The one person that you would be able to recognize was that lady that you were staring at before. You get a better look at her now. She is quite young. She is also doing her best to stay at the back of the crowd.
You know what? It's fair.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Oh man.
So yeah, what do you guys? What I think. Sorry, as Tsugi is kind of making a fool of himself, I think Posey is.
Hey,
What he
listen,
does
if you make a
best.
fool of yourself, people aren't scared of you. Instead, they're laughing at you, and that's obviously preferred.
It's
No
better,
one-
I guess.
No one is laughing. All of them are fairly sure that this is like witchcraft and not the good kind.
Damn.
Well, at least he made an attempt, and therefore no one can criticize him ever, ever.
I just like to imagine like the series of like different noises people make as they come out one by one. Like Miss Foam's like, okay, that's like a foresty kind of thing, and then Frankie comes on out and someone's like,
Get my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the things like Miss Foam is at least small, but also she's one of you that is like A, the most stylized, B, she is a shrub. At least the
That's a
others are
bush.
kind of recognizable as humanoid.
I mean, but they got shrubs all around though.
Yeah,
they know
but
a
they-
shrub when they see one.
They don't
Sometimes
have
I've
eyes and
seen a
move.
shrub with eyes in it, and like, bro, there's a snake in that bush. It's just a snake in the bush.
They don't move.
Biff does come out kind of glowering. That's
Biff.
she mostly just has resting intimidation face.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
No, Biff, hey, Biff, smile! Smile! Tsugi does the thing where he's like, at the tips of his own dimples, like, pushing his face up. Smile!
This is why I'm both glad and sad that none of you are a bard.
No!
You
I
wouldn't want the
know!
bots.
The monk life called to me, I'm sorry.
If you want to
Anyway,
multi-class
I'm
at
gonna
any
cast
point.
compelled duel. No,
Oh god.
Please don't fight the old man.
no. I think I do want to just make a quick like,
Mhm.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
Does she have a thing? Does she have a bonus to that? This is. I just want to get like a little perception roll here.
Okay.
11. Okay. Yeah, so she comes out kind of like that. She does she kind of like looks over the crowd like, all right, who do we want to go first? Who wants to go first?
Oh god.
She does see that there's little kids and softens a little bit.
Okay. That's good. I will say, like, once you guys have kind of come a little bit closer and it's clear you're not about to immediately attack them, the crowd stops bunching up quite so much. They're not so clustered in on themselves. They kind of do spread out to get a better look at you. They are, many of them, not all, but many of them are looking at you in the same way that, you know, visitors to a freak show would look at the exhibits. But no one is being actively hostile towards you. The old man seems very grumpy, but...
That's old men.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the drunk there?
No, he's sleeping off his hangover.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, the one friend we made in this place.
Yeah. Frankie, Frankie, you wind up with, like, a small child tugging on your tail because it is bright colours and it is moving around, and enjoy dealing with whatever that is. There is also, like, a middle-aged lady kind of just, like, leans down to try and peer into your face, Ms. Foam.
Ooh. Oh, she's a first. It's deeper than expected.
Yeah. And they Biff. For the moment, they do seem to be somewhat of avoiding you because you are very
Fair.
large and intimidating. Other
Good.
than this one very, very small child who is
Fuck
kind of
yes.
just like standing right in front of you and looking up with awe on their face.
He's like,
Biff is
"I'm
just
going to be
looking
you
down
when I
at
grow
them.
up."
Inscrutable. She's not actively intimidating this child, to be fair.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the face.
She's just looming.
The child does say something. Biff, you cannot understand them.
Oh, you got one of them
The weird
big
accents.
words.
When it doesn't quite respond, the kid like looks around, finds Posey, tugs on the very end of Posey's skirt, and says a thing again. Posey looks up to you, Biff, looks back down to you, Miss Foam, and and like,
Oh,
may you please ask your friend that, well, may you please tell your friend that this child asks, are you a giant?
okay, cool. Yeah, Miss Phone turns around. Biff, the child is asking you if you are a giant.
I don't think so.
Looks to Posey. Biff says she doesn't think so.
I love this.
And Posey relays it
Cool.
back to the child, who just kind of like
Yeah.
very slow nod, and then goes back to kind of just like, I think because in that way that certain children are just fucking fearless, she is gonna come and just try and climb up your trouser leg, Biff.
Fuck yes. Oh, we do it.
How's everyone else doing?
I think what Tsugi does is Tsugi like is trying to let everybody like touch him, even though that's, you know, weird, because he wants to. He really
He's
does
so
actually
touch-starved.
want to. He actually does want to reassure these people that they're not dangerous. But then he sort of like sees Frankie with a child on their tail, and sort of goes, "Hey, no, and like scoops the child up and like quickly disentangles their fingers from the tail and says, "You want to touch something nice? You want to touch something fun? Look at my hair. Yeah, you can tug on that all you want. Let's not mess with the tail, okay?"
I will actually say the moment that you pick this child up, a mother comes by and quickly scoops the child back out of your arms, because, okay, they don't think you're going to harm them, but no, don't touch. No, don't.
Yes,
Understandable. Tsugi sort of like immediately lets the child go, but still is like, "You want to touch my hand? You want to touch my hair? I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I can do this. Let's not play with let's not tug on somebody's tail. That'll only end in tears."
I don't blame Tsugi for having this reaction. Frankie was honestly for her from what you've seen of her, like dealing with this that surprisingly well. Like she would have in like when she noticed the child, she would have like crouched down, and she would have cast tongues on herself, and she would have just been like, "Hello, what's your name?"
I mean, can I take that back, actually?
Yeah.
I know I just had that whole thing. Can I take that back?
Yeah.
Because this is really good.
No, please, like, no, that's still excellent. I mean, I was gonna say, like, the other thing is there are potentially other children looking to get in the way, and scrambling about, because, again, you guys have managed to attract nearly the whole fucking village here now. There is something going on. Now, pardon me for a moment while I desperately try to think up another name, because I haven't named the entire
Fantasy
fucking
name
crap.
generator, let's go!
That's
Fantasy.
Oh.
Where's my fucking... I used
Also, Miss Bird is sending that bird around. Like, next to each person, the bird will just make a round stop. It's like, yeah, there's different kinds of weird fucking things, like this bird. It's simply an animal.
What kind of name we want, Kai? Hang on. Real names, fantasy and folklore. I got
let's
alien
go.
names,
Let's go.
We got
angel names, bandit names.
we got a name in the audience if you want one.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, what have we got in the audience? We have
Tibby.
Tibby. Okay, yep, Tibby's good. Thank you, Obby. All right, and I think like the child just kind of looks up at you and just, Tibby.
Oh, that's a lovely name. You know, I have a younger sister whose name is Tabitha. It's very similar to yours.
Is she pretty?
Oh, she's very pretty.
Is she really bright like you?
Oh, yes, but she's more of a sort of a turquoise, cyan color, sort of a bit like this, and she holds out like her paw and just sort of like shows like, you know, how she's got like those heart-shaped beans that are like blue, and she's like sort of a bit like this.
Oh, like the lake.
Yes, very much so. And again, it's going to be very much like achievement unlocked. You have discovered that Frankie is really good with kids.
Like the child will continue to Tibby will continue to ask a whole bunch of questions, many of them very blunt and prying in the same way that, like, yes, this is a 6-year-old who wants to know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah, Frankie
And-
doesn't.
What's wrong with you?
And the
To
fact,
your face.
and the
Yeah.
fact that the fact that she can actually talk to you is also going to get the attention of some of the other children and then some of the adults, because you can understand them and they can understand you.
Do I need to make any kind of roll to like not again because because Frankie is going to be like she has turned on the I am talking to people, I am making people comfortable, I am, you know, it's like but she also does look very strange, and it might be very weird coming from a 6-foot-tall giant pink tiger.
Now, this is the point where while I love 5e, it is far too simplified in a lot of ways because it doesn't have fucking diplomacy rolls.
Yeah.
It needs goddamn diplomacy rolls. So, please just make me straight charisma.
Oh, yay.
You could do like a performance.
I mean, yeah.
That's true. I mean, like, performance is charisma,
yeah, you don't have any.
right?
Yeah, it is charisma.
The only other one would be
so.
that I can think of would be persuasion. That's also.
The temptation to swap over to Pathfinder is strong.
No, don't drag me there. Don't drag me there.
Oh God, I've forgotten the command for the.
It's wait, what was it? Isn't it just it's pinned?
Exclamation roll, space, and then D whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back up and pin.
Oh, you mean the commands that I already pinned?
Yeah, I wasn't just the commands, because having to click through to another thing is deeply irritating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, that's a smack bang in the middle with a 10. So
Okay.
I'm not like terrifying anybody, but it's just too hard to put people at their ease when you are this color.
When you are this color, and also your head is shaped
This
like
highly
that of
saturated.
a large predator.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. That's the problem. She doesn't like for all that, like, you know, she tries to make her smile nice. It's a little bit too pointy. So
Yeah. So I will say, like, this people aren't comfortable around you, but they're not scared anymore. They'll just keep a respectful distance.
Ooh.
How's everyone else doing?
Miss Foam is Miss Foam looking through our arsenal of like many hands is like, okay, these ones are going to the back of the list because that is scary. That one's also scary. That one's also scary. And just like trying to like move away from people who poke their head too close into her face, because yes, that is a hole, but don't go sticking your head in there because you
You wouldn't like
might
it if I
find
stuck my head in your holes.
No.
please. If people ask questions, she'll ask very sharply, but she's very much just containing herself to Cube.
Okay, I think upon already botching up something with Frankie, Tsugi is not going to let himself get discouraged. And upon seeing that Miss Foam is sort of like trying to shrink into herself more and more, I think what Tsugi's going to do is Tsugi's just going to like pick her up and hold her like a stuffed plush while continuing to try and like nod at people, because it's a lot easier for two people to politely dissuade somebody from putting their head inside the bush than it is for one bush to have to try and contain herself.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So he's sort of like, if anybody starts to get too close with their face, sort of like does a little waving off motion, but otherwise, like, again, still holding out his hand, still letting people touch his clothes, just making sure that when they interact with Miss Foam, they're not specifically upsetting her.
To be fair, it was only that one lady that went as far to stick her head like right up close to your face. But it's again, everyone's kind of like
He's got to be worried about it though, because someone might do it again.
yeah, that's fair.
She set the example.
But yeah, these people are kind of, again, there's a lot of kind of poking because of the fact that all of you look two-dimensional somehow. So there's a lot of pacing around you and like small pokes and trying to see you in different lights. I think there's even one guy that pulls out like a little like actually wait, no, they wouldn't really have matches as such here because I don't think it's all for match. But
Flint and
I was gonna say, like, brings out just, like, a lantern. I tell you, yeah, he probably has a lantern at hand, because it's very early in the day. There is plenty of light to see by, but he had that with him as he was keeping watch over the sheep in the middle of the night. Brings that closer, just to kind of get a better look at you and see how the shadows do, or in some cases don't, move over you in the different lighting. And
Mrs. Phone's face, just there is nothing gets illuminated.
Yeah, that's just
actually. I think her eyes kind of just like go back into the dark a little bit when the light comes closer. Like
she hisses.
She holds her tongue. She does not hiss, but it's just like you do not want to see what's illuminated.
No, this is for your good.
Yeah,
that's fair. It will calm down after a little while, and kind of as everyone. No one's going to be used to it, and you guys are going to be getting a lot of stares, but this was handled well enough that...
The temptation to have Biff throw a child is immense.
What's that?
I just want you to know. I just want you to understand.
What was that?
Say, make a fucking... if you want, make a fucking will save to resist.
No, I'm just saying, for me...
No, that's fair.
Because... Listen. I enjoy being strong, and I like breaking things.
Do not break the child.
No, we're not gonna break the child, but she would. The thing about this,
like throw the kid up in the air, kind of like maneuver.
Yes.
I will say, Biff, you are being used as a climbing frame by at least 3 children currently.
Yeah, no, I think she like kind of stands still for it. It's like you're climbing on a statue.
Fall.
Hey, Kai?
Yes?
While the crowd is dissipating, could you just give me a luck roll?
Oh, God.
What if she does the thing where she, like, one of them's, like, kind of sitting on her arm, and then she flexes?
That's a 9.
Let's go!
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. That's probably not enough to get much. Yes, and I mean not enough. So I think all that happens is like people are poking and prodding, and then like as the crowd starts to dissipate, one of them, oddly enough, is focused on Tsugi, although they're in the general range of Miss Foam, and they try to poke where his shadows are, and he sort of like flicks his hand and like shuffles back a little bit. But then he sort of makes like appeasing noises and like ha 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 ha. Sorry, startled, not bad, ha 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 ha. But this does make Miss Foam realize that the entire time he's been holding her, he's been specifically making sure that they don't touch his sleeve shadows.
Okay.
If you are pulling your hands away, then they won't get close. They won't poke too much, because you guys are oddities, but also the majority of them do still recognize you as people, especially when at a point where Posey will step in and just go, right, show's over, sort of
go home.
Gestures and tone.
It's just like Tsugi has specifically been inviting this stuff in.
Yeah.
And then very suddenly, at a point that at this point, Ms. Foam is probably attuned to it. A specific almost touch made him react for what he's trying to do relatively strongly.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So yeah, crowd dissipates. Tsugi's a bit shaken. I think all of you have probably been dealing with a bit. Biff, you do still have children clambering all over you, and there is a motherly-looking figure standing to the side, just kind of watching, and glad that they are not climbing all over her for once.
I'm saved.
I would like Frankie to be chatting to this lady.
Sure thing. What do you want to chat
No,
about?
I don't even have anything particular to say. I just want to have struck up the standard waiting in the playground for school to let small children out conversation.
Okay, that was
yeah, are these all your kids? And how old are they?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so she seems like reasonably happy to talk. She mostly seems rather amused by all of you, just kind of like, oh yeah, this is weird, but yeah, sure, why not? Sort of.
Yeah. I'll go with it.
Kids, what do kids like to do? They like to be tall.
Yeah,
Kids
exactly.
really like
Can she throw a couple kids on the roof?
Please don't. Wait.
Like, I'm sure the kids would love it, but...
I just need to roll fucking perception for Posey. One moment.
It's like Biff about to like shot throw a kid onto the roof.
Alright, it's a 14 for Posey's perception. I think like she kind of sees Biff winding up, curries over, and just
having a
grabs,
kid.
just grabs onto your arm with like a big
It's like,
shake of her head.
These are real kind children, they don't bounce.
Yeah.
Biff just looks so disappointed.
Now,
Like, oh.
Biff, I do have to ask, how do you react when one of the children climbs all the way up to your head, sits on top of your head, picks up your hat, and puts it on?
Oh no. Oh no.
I think she... Well, she does the thing, I think, where she tries to look up. And then
But it's
the
on the
kid,
head,
like,
so
Holds on.
has
yeah.
to rebalance
Oh.
to look at this kid.
Just like grabs onto your forehead, trying to hold on.
fucking two heads on the forehead slap.
I think she just goes, honestly, I think she just goes like, wow, you made it all the way to the top, huh?
Oh.
Nice.
That's pretty good, kid.
The kid kind of
I think she will, grab the child. Maybe she'll even use both hands. So you got both sides
Gently.
supported.
yeah, very
Gently hold.
She grabs the child, like puts them in her one hand, takes the hat off with the other hand, puts it back on, and then
Aw.
puts the child back on the ground.
I will say, Biff, in doing so, you notice that humans feel both weirdly solid and weirdly squishy at the same time.
Ew.
That's just children.
That's just children in general.
That's just children.
Oh, well, the children are also very sticky. But
Yeah, the children are sticky.
Well, that's just children.
that's just children. So you do get that, and eventually the mother will kind of wave all her children off after Posey says something to her, and Frankie, you will hear it's like, they are going to be helping me with my investigation on whatever happened to... sorry, I forgot, I wrote her name down and then I forgot. To help me with the investigation on whatever happened with Ildra. And you can see the lady's face just kind of go darker and more solemn, and nods, calls her children off, gathers them all up, and goes back to whatever she was doing with her day.
I hope the knitting circle goes well.
Give my regards to the book club.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to state it outright, but Jay kind of did for Frankie, but Biff likes kids.
I love how everybody in this party is like, children, they're okay.
They're okay. They're alright.
Like, Ms. Foam is the only one that didn't have to deal with a child.
It's
That's one less child scarred for life.
Yeah,
Always good.
she was doing it like, I think Miss Foam would also be good with kids. It's just the child has to understand that Miss Foam kind of be spooky, like, so I think she's just cautious around younger kids. Can't be like told,
Be a good idea.
don't go in there. Don't go in the dark.
Oh,
Probably
she'd
a
be
good
good with
idea.
those freak kids. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
100% then. Hell, that's what she's been doing with Tsugi.
Alright, so, yeah. Once everyone's gone, Posey is going to put her hands on her hips, look at you, and just... she will speak in Elvish, so Ms. Foam, you'll understand. Frankie, you've still got tongue, so you'll understand. We'll say that this whole encounter took, like, a solid half hour, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bird's gone.
yeah. Sorry, brain. Posey looks at you guys and goes, do you four need breakfast, or shall we get on with this?
It's alright, we have our own rations, we can eat on the way.
Okay, this way. And she will lead you in towards the center of the village. And I think this is probably a good point to have our halftime break,
Hooray!
Mhm.
as
Yeah!
any other yelling that we feel like doing gets done.
Nice.
Guys, we did it. We
did it.
We
What's the word?
successfully negotiated a social encounter.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
That actually went vaguely as planned.
We didn't scare anybody.
I was hoping
much.
they'll come with pitchforks.
Trying to
It
bail
was
Miss
I
Foam.
was gonna say, it was a possibility. It was a
Yeah!
possibility.
Of course it was a possibility. We're fucking weird.
Congratulations, guys. We have to do this several times in the future now.
That'll be
go.
fine.
This is going to be ongoing.
Uh-huh.
It depends. It depends on who's there, man.
Mm-hmm.
There are gonna
Oh,
be times
man.
that we don't successfully do it purely because people are assholes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also gonna be times that we're like just, you know, freaks.
Yeah.
Listen, there's kids there. You don't want to.
You don't want to scare the kids.
There are so many opportunities for this to go wrong in the future.
Yes.
If it was all adults, all bets are off.
Mm-hmm.
We're throwing punches.
Mm-hmm.
Fight pit. Let's go. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Where the fucking sleeve?
Sleeve was standing outside. Actually, no. You brought Sleeve inside to like where the grass and stuff were, and you tied him up at the back.
him outside of the.
So it was like,
We very specifically did not let Sleeve into the fence.
you're right. So Sleeve
tried to eat the flowers and didn't succeed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, thankfully, you probably left Sleeve halfway hidden behind the cart, so no one noticed him.
Okay.
It's fine.
The villagers did not actually get that good on their perception roll. They got decent, but not that good.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get some water. Because this
No,
is break, right?
the alternative option for Biff was who's the biggest guy here?
I'm gonna punch him in the face. I'm about to make myself known.
Prison rules, baby.
Yeah.
She's never been to prison.
Like she would ever get caught.
Like she would ever get caught.
Yeah. Well, world's easiest prison breakout if it does happen.
That is true. Like, I'm gonna make a note and try and get you guys arrested at some point.
They're
Thank you.
too good. No one's ever gonna catch them.
Sorry, I just noticed that like Dee in the comments is like, I've got to go and take care of the bees. What bees? I want to know about. I want to know about Dee Dee's bees.
Too late.
Didi's gone.
I
He's
know.
gone.
Also very funny because
Taken by the bees.
When you're talking about jet lag, the first thing that came to mind was the jet lag bees because they have their own internal clock.
Yes!
The truth comes out. Does Miss Foam is bees?
Just imagine a jar of bees. She is that.
No wonder you don't want anyone to put their hand in there.
There's a lot of dangerous shit in there. That's where all the animals are.
There's at least one bee.
There's at least one
At least
bee.
one bee.
It also did make me think, because I do think Miss Foam does have real kind animals. It's not as much as toon animals though.
Well, you're gonna get plenty more real kind animals soon enough.
Yeah.
I should maybe get food. BRB.
I'm snacking on fucking chocolate chip cookies. Sorry.
And a biscuit. What are you looking at?
I am noting down the time that the 1 minute of silence will be held out across the UK so we can get the crab rave theme out the fucking window.
When is it?
8 p.m.
8 p.m?
I have no fucking idea.
It's a bizarre time.
I think it was the same time people were doing fucking clap for the NHS, though. I refuse to be silent at the death of a parasite.
Yeah. I think it's extremely funny that they tried that, you know, the whole moment of silence thing. There must have been someone there in fucking palace or government or whatever, being like, okay, we want to hold a period of silence. We can't hold it like 2 minutes like we do on Remembrance Day, because then we're comparing the death of our queen to the death of everybody in the world wars. We can't do that. We can't have it be less than a minute, though, right? We can't. But, like, a minute of silence is such a strange amount of time.
Yeah. Also, did you mute on the thing for a reason, or?
Just because everybody else did.
Oh, fair. Anyway, if you're listening to the recording, you'll be able to hear all this, because that's different, so.
Well, I mean, like, nobody else is here.
Everyone else is probably muted because they think, oh yeah, everyone else is muted, therefore I'm not here.
Oh, right, no, that's true.
I'm eating chips.
Eeps!
Crunch.
Eepus.
Anyway, we were mostly talking about, like, generally, fuck the queen.
Fuck the queen!
Yo, fuck the queen. You guys might be interested to know these are walkers. Cheese and onion.
I have never eaten Walker's chips, to my knowledge, so.
You have.
I said to my knowledge.
It's Lay's, right?
I think so.
I don't eat those either. You know. It's Smiths.
I'm just trying to remember what they're called in Australia. They've
Smiths. Smiths
Okay.
is the leading brand.
Okay, different one.
And they are the
Ooh,
best. And I
the
miss.
crisp packets in Australia are the wrong colours. Did you know this?
No, they are the correct
They're the
colours.
wrong
Yours are
colours.
wrong.
What? Why would you use pink for salt and vinegar?
Because
What?
who the fuck wants to eat prawn cocktail crisps?
Prawn cocktail crisps are the best. I will hear no dissent.
Oh,
Best ones.
what the fuck?
Tastes good. Make my mouth hurty.
That's what the salt and vinegar's for. Anyway, we're making some atrocious audio. Because
Rustle,
we
rustle,
can.
crunch, crunch.
I can mute again.
Nah, that's fine. Make people suffer. That's what we're here for.
How are you feeling, bud?
I'm good to keep going to the end of the session, especially as from here on out, it's mostly going to be you poking around for clues. And
Ah, yes. Us famously with one person in the party who has a functional perception score.
that's okay. That's what the investigations thing is for.
-2 to that.
Even better.
So prawn cocktails is supposed to be pink.
Yeah, they are. See?
Prawn cocktails, yeah.
Liz knows.
Yeah, but consider You don't have prawn cocktail chips in Australia because no one likes prawn cocktail chips.
Yes, I do.
Damn.
Prawn cocktail chips
Pink
are
is for
good.
salt and vinegar, which is the best.
But where does the green go?
Yeah, what's green?
Oh wait, no, the green is. Sorry, my brain's actually going. I think
Whatever it is, it's gonna be wrong.
green is one of the ones that you don't see massively often because it's not one of like the popular flavors, but it's it tends to be like barbecue. Well, it's not the barbecue ones. No, the barbecue ones are the red ones. I don't.
I'm about to go insane. Are you guys telling me that your salt and vinegar are green?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
green.
blue. Fuck you.
That's
should be
cheese
blue.
and that's cheese and onion.
Well, see, that I just ate some of those. But
Cheese and
I
onion
know.
should be the fucking. It should be either green or yellow.
See,
though.
right?
Hello.
Okay, Liz, tell me if I'm crazy of like I completely made this up. Did the coloured packets for salt and vinegar and cheese and onion, specifically for walkers, used to be swapped over?
I think it was.
Yeah, they used
Yeah,
oh, they
to
yeah.
be
they
green.
caved and conformed.
Oh god, why?
The cheese and onion
They
ones
had it right
used
the
to be
first
green,
time.
and they're blue now, and it's made me so cross as a small child.
They had it right the first time.
No.
See, like salt and vinegar being blue, that I can agree with. That I understand it. Like, is fair and rational. That's not how it is in Australia, but I can understand it.
See, I think I think cheese and onion is almost like a mostly. I don't think it's an American thing. We have like sour cream and onion, which I think is the closest.
Yeah, but those are for Pringles.
It's basically the same flavour.
Similar flavor.
Yeah, like there's less milk powder.
Wait, in mine or in yours?
In ours.
Yeah, sucks for you. That you have less milk powder in yours.
I cannot speak on it because I no
Makes the
longer
crumbs
like
better.
cheese and onion.
No,
I
it's
used
bad.
to, and then at some point I was like, I don't like this. I don't know why, but
I think
They're my-
It's a bad flavour.
it's. I reckon it's good in moderation. It's good as an occasional thing. I wouldn't eat
Yeah.
like an entire big bag of it on its own, like I would for good salt and vinegar.
Make your mouth stinky.
I say good
I don't
salt and
know, they're
vinegar
my
because again,
friends.
yet to
They're my
find
friends' favorites. So
yet to find a big
She brought
bag
them
of
back.
good salt and vinegar chips.
We've been trying.
We've been trying every single brand, and I still haven't found one that I really like yet that comes in big bags.
just out of curiosity, like you guys like thin chips, thick chips?
Preferably
Evil.
thin crinkle cut.
Mm.
Maximum
Crinkle
surface
cut
area
fun,
for
actually.
flavor.
We put a lot of thought into this, as you can tell.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Like I like a good thick chip.
Yeah, I like the crunchy ones. I
And
want to be risking the integrity of the roof of my mouth.
Yeah. Yes. Now, hang on. I just want to make sure you're both. You guys are all salt and vinegar fans, though.
Oh hell yeah!
yes.
Fuck yeah.
Good.
Give me the pain.
Pain salt, pain salt.
I have on more than one occasion entirely wrecked my taste buds from eating salt and vinegar chips.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, I am also a person who has eaten whole lemons on their own.
Yeah, you've done that. I'm partially convinced that it's because.
Oh my god, do you guys don't have like Cape Cod chips then?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
What's that?
Cape Cod is a place in America.
What's
Let's see.
special
What makes
about
their
Cape Cod
chips?
chips?
Yeah, we don't have these. I'm looking these up. It reminds me of a different brand, but I can't fucking remember. Like it's still it's one of
where
them
should I
seaside
put
chips.
this in commentary?
I guess, yeah, commentary.
What's this?
No one else is here. I could
No.
put it in player discussion.
I
Honestly,
mean, yeah.
these are pretty good. What's the
Oh,
other
like
one?
kettle
I'm trying to
cooked.
remember.
I mean, like, if they're kettle cooked, then they're gonna be That's you guys actually have like
Yeah, we've
Kettle
got
crab.
we've got ones which are basically the same.
yeah
Yeah.
they look identical.
Deep
to all the
River is
ones,
the
yeah.
one. I
Oh,
like.
it's just kettle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kettle.
Yeah, I forgot.
This one.
And then like
Nice and
basically
crunchy.
every
Ooh.
supermarket has its own brand of kettle crisps now.
Mm.
And they're usually not great.
Sometimes they're good, and then
Well, these ones rule. I don't know.
No, I mean like
Sorry.
The Deep River are actually my favorites, but the Cape Cods are, if they don't have the Deep River brand, I go for the Cape Cod. Cape Cod is, where is it? Maryland? No, Maryland's lower down. Which fucking...
Mark, I have an atrocious news to tell you. Basically, nearly every flavour of salt and vinegar crisps that I've had in the UK, they mostly just taste like oil. I don't know why,
What's the
but
point?
all the crisps in the UK just taste like nothing but oil.
In all fairness, you are sensitive to oily textures, I have noticed.
Okay, that's fair. They still just taste like oil, though. What was that noise?
So wait, hang on, wait. So you guys don't have
Yeah, that was
Cape
a good
Cod, and
laugh.
you don't have the Deep River brand?
No, we do not.
The what?
Okay.
Deep River,
Deep
the
River.
one there.
No.
How crushed up do you think chips would be if I sent them through the mail?
So
Incredibly.
crushed. We would get
Incredibly.
crumbs. We would get a powder.
They'd still taste good, though.
Yeah, it would be a
Yeah,
powder.
honestly, the powder's the best part when you get the crumbs at the bottom.
But how stale is it gonna be? It's gonna explode before it gets to us.
Yeah.
Unless you put it in like a box and put so much fucking styrofoam.
Yeah, you'd have
just
to, like,
make
I
sure
could
it's
get like a thick, like a reinforced box.
a crate.
Like yeah,
Fragile.
like if the box doesn't, if
That'll
it's in a
get-
box and the box doesn't,
I mean, like, my dad's actually
Dent.
done that
Get crushed.
multiple times. He's sent me, like, snack boxes from Australia, big old cardboard box, and they tend to have these crisps in them because
Oh fuck yeah.
how
they-
crushed up do they get?
they get reasonably crushed up mostly because my dad packs the box as full as possible with, like, Tim Tams and other shit.
Like, they get a bit bashed.
But they're still reasonably whole. So I reckon if you got like a cardboard box, padded it well, toss in some packing peanuts.
I'm gonna send you a single.
Yeah,
bag.
just a single bag.
Between the three of us, like I have to travel up again. We're gonna have to
You
open
have to
this.
come and visit.
Yeah,
We'll hold
yeah.
a party.
Oh god.
Anyway, is everyone back? Do we want to actually go back to the
Yeah,
game?
I had my food that
Is
I've
Snail
had
back?
voted. Snail is here.
Snail may not
Oh,
be in
I'm
those
here.
areas, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, give me like 1 second, because I am.
Now, what kind of chips do you like?
Honestly, pretty much all. I like the sour cream and onion and the barbecue.
Let's go.
I'm also, I didn't say it, I am a big fan of barbecue.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
barbecue's alright.
Love a good barbecue chip.
To me, to me, they always taste really weird because, like, any attempt on, at least on Walker's part, to make something that tastes like any kind of meat or like barbecue stuff, it all tastes like the smoky bacon flavor.
I mean,
Okay,
all
interesting.
The same.
That's insane.
I mean, I can understand that because the smoky flavor flavor is the best out of the attempts at meat products.
Yeah,
So
it's the first attempt that they did, and then oh god, do you remember the roast chicken ones?
I hate those. I hate those.
Oh,
I can
those
roast-
are
I think it's meant
Sorry,
to be
I
like
just-
barbecue sauce flavor.
no, I just remembered
Okay.
what the green ones were. The green ones in Australia are roast chicken.
Oh,
They're chicken flavor.
Pain.
They're chicken flavor.
The chicken's going gangrene.
I think it's meant to be like the herbs and everything that they put on the chicken, but
No,
yeah.
it's just a really fresh chicken.
Chips? What the fuck?
What the
We
chicken
don't
flavor
have
chips?
those.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think we
We-
do anymore. I don't know. Like,
No, they still exist. Oh, believe me, they still exist.
Australia really likes like chicken flavored snacks.
yeah, and also
And just chicken in general.
Just chicken in general. I don't know what there was like 3 different restaurants that saw when I visited you in Australia that just sold chicken and chips.
I miss Red Rooster. It's trash food, but I miss Red Rooster.
Oh my god, we have a place near me called Red Rooster. What the fuck?
Is it Australian? Is like
Is it
No.
a chain?
no?
It's been here since the 40s or something.
Okay, I'm guessing it's not.
It
like
is
a
trash
chain.
food though. It's like
Yeah.
it's not a chain.
Okay, yeah. See, like America also gets on the whole like bunch of chicken trash food.
Yeah, but not in the
Yeah,
same
it's
way
like
that
a burgers
Australia
and fries,
does.
and they have good chicken tendies.
Yeah.
It still
Oh
does exist, the roast
god,
chicken.
that's it. That's
What
the
the
hell
fuck is
picture.
beef and onion? What the fuck is beef and onion?
It's like
I was about to say, like, do you guys have the beef flavor? Because we sure fucking do.
We don't have like meat Snail, is it the same down in Texas? We don't have like meat flavors.
No, we sure don't.
Like, barbecue flavor tastes more like barbecue sauce than anything else.
That's what it should be. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
That's what it tastes like with Pringles, but with
Yeah.
Walkers, it's like, now we got the meat as well.
Then it doesn't even taste like meat. It tastes like maybe like meat smells, maybe, but like,
Yeah, I don't.
It's
but like
it's
bad.
smoky, but you could get smoky flavor from other things.
Yeah,
It's from the wood.
Yeah.
The smoke flavor, usually. It comes from whatever kind of wood you burn to make it, like apple smoked ribs or something. They burn apple wood to make them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that flavor, that smoky flavor goes into the meat.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think that frankly most things that are like, oh, this is like been smoked, but that's not been near like any kind
Okay,
of
some of
wood.
those are questionable. That is
That's
true.
not been near any kind
As-
of real
Yeah,
smoke.
I'm saying that's what the flavor comes from originally. They're recreating this shit in a lab.
Yeah.
They showed it a picture of some meat at one point in time.
It was next to an orchard where apple trees were growing.
Oh my god. It's just the fact that it's chicken flavor.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
bad. It's not good.
That
I'm
seems
not
sneaky to
defending
me.
them. There's 3 terrible.
No, it's great. It's fine.
choices.
I'm just like, wow. There's a whole world out there.
It's not one you want to investigate. It's a really shallow, bad, kind of pasty world.
I don't want to get into it more, but I was trying to find. There's a different brand that does meat flavors, which I will argue slightly better. Doesn't mean it's good, but it's better than Walker/Lay's. But then I got reminded about the fucking trend that was. They were like, make your own flavor of chips,
Oh,
and
oh
then
my
people
God, I
just
remember it
named
now.
it to
What the
fucking
fuck?
death.
There was a ketchup flavor.
There was a ketchup flavor. I don't like ketchup.
Ketchup,
think it's
That's
okay.
understandable,
It's meh.
But oh god, I can't go down this rabbit hole. I
There was
saved
a
a
fish and
bunch of
chips one
images of this.
too.
Is this?
There was
Anyway,
fish
we
and
were
chips,
playing
sorry.
D&D.
Yeah, okay.
We were playing D&D.
I think we were talking about
Flavors
chips.
for 5 years.
I was just sitting there going, when should I interrupt? No, I'm having fun here.
No, it's fine.
We're
I do.
old
I
people.
do want to just report my OBS was muted during this time, so none of my end of this conversation was picked up.
Damn.
If Jay did want to edit that together,
For a blooper.
F.
We apologize.
It'll be an ours, it's all good.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
not gonna make it on the blooper reel. This one.
yeah. Anyway, we good? Do we want to go back to
Doritos
ready,
After
yeah.
Dark Southern Fried Chicken. Okay, I'm done.
Doritos
Because,
After
yeah,
Dark?
good.
What the
Close the
fuck?
tab.
No,
we
no,
can't.
stop,
The tab.
stop.
We can't.
Leave the commentary channel. We are not looking at the chips anymore.
No.
I'm just gonna put the. I'm done. I'm done. We don't talk about it. It's just in there.
Ball zone. Ready.
Okay.
I am ready too.
Okay,
Great.
so you guys walking through the village, you get to the other side of the village, you do get various people looking at you. The fact that Posey is staying right next to you guys is making sure that you're getting odd looks and nothing else. Everyone does need to, go about their days. They have shit to do.
Man, I could really use some chips.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up!
A meteorite comes down from the sky and lands directly on Biff's head, thus obliterating her immediately. Mock,
There's
please
a
roll
bonk
up a new
sound
character. Hope you had a backup.
I would like to mention that Tsugi was more than 2 feet away from Biff.
It's an extremely localized meteor.
Yeah. This is like really tiny. It's the ones like, even if it's only a size of the grain of rice, by the time it hits the ground, it will still be enough to just completely obliterate. Anyway.
It's just a crater.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. You're level 5. You've got the Acme effect now.
There's a crater and Biff is just standing in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird bit of rain, that.
Oh, we have to play the
We're
game.
walking. Posey is there.
It's this point where I kind of question him, like, isn't it worth continuing to play?
Yes.
All right, you guys are walking. Posey is there, keeping you guys. You get to the other side of town. You enter a house that looks like it has a really. It used to have a really, really nice garden full of lots of different flowers and sweet-smelling herbs. However, from the looks of it, it seems to be pretty overgrown and like it hasn't been cared for a while. Posey leads you straight inside without bothering to knock on the door, just gestures you all in. And
Does Biff know what they're doing? Does Biff know, like,
That's
who
the
this
thing I was
has
thinking
this been
about.
communicated
Ms.
at
Foam is
all?
the only one that knows what the fuck's going on currently.
Okay, great.
Frankie knows.
Yeah.
I suppose it's like when it was said last night, but Ms. Foam is the only one that has been told this morning what is happening, and it was when you were still asleep.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Man, they should really clean up this garden.
very
Like, it hasn't
good.
been taken care of in a while.
Uh-huh.
Is Miss Foam going to have told us, or?
She would probably tell us as soon as we get in, because it's like, oh, we got so distracted by trying not to die that we forgot the thing of like we're here to investigate a body.
Or a suspicious lack of a body.
Yeah. So I guess if Posey like gestures everyone inside, she'll first look to Posey to be like, do you want to say something specific before she then tells the rest of the party?
Yeah, I think Posey will just gesture to let you tell everyone, because obviously you're going to be the best person to say what's going on, and we'll rely on you and Frankie to ask questions that are necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, Miss Foam will then say, we are here to assist Miss Posey, as there was a dead body in this here building. It was lying in state for 2 days, and then when Miss Posey went to investigate, the body is now gone. So we are here to track its whereabouts. Investigation of this property is probably needed, and if we have any more questions, we shall ask Miss Posey. I believe the person was an older lady. Did she get the name? It's Ilda, right?
It was Ildra. 1 moment, let me copy
Ildra.
Yeah. It is spelled Ildra. Ildra.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I believe she went by the name of Ildra.
So we're looking for a body.
Mm-hmm.
We're precisely looking for any clues as to where the body moved to.
So we're looking for the absence of a body.
I think the absence of a body is fairly easy to detect. I think that's rather the whole point.
Maybe where the body has then been taken to, if there's any drag trails or any other specific tells.
Yeah, you guys don't got to worry about this one. I got this.
Oh no.
Please,
I'm
please.
She's on the job.
Are there any shovels around?
Yeah, I'm about to say, start digging!
No.
There are no full-size shovels. However, there are various gardening tools by the front door, including a nice-sized trowel.
Start small. Start digging.
No, dear. I don't think that he is going to have been ready. Presumably somebody has removed the body to a place before it could be buried, which is, suppose. She was going to say distressed, but I don't think Posey has ever been out of that level of control in her life. So
No, she will. She will speak to you. She'll speak to you.
Concerned, perhaps.
And it's
yes,
yeah, and just she was due to be buried this evening. She looks out the window to see where the sun is in the sky. Approximately in about 13-ish hours from now, at sundown, and it was found that her body went missing yesterday afternoon, and no one knows where it went.
I see. Forgive the slightly blunt question, but what did she die of?
We believe it was a heart attack. We do not know for certain, as I have not had time to do more than lay the body out.
No, that's understandable. So it wasn't from this. You mentioned there was a sickness in the village?
No? Did I?
Sidebar for a minute.
Yeah,
you
did I?
definitely said that.
I did? Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
That's realistic. You may
Yeah,
have been you might have been referring to the sickness, like from the mushrooms in Jerome's forest.
Yes, it might possibly have been that, or it might have been there was a cold going around or something. I know if I did mention it, it's probably going to be one of those things of, oh, Posey is overworked, there's yet another thing to worry about, as opposed to there was a big thing going on.
No, that's fair enough. That's a red herring. That
yeah, no, that's my apology.
No, because I just remembered that because it sounded so like, oh, okay, this might be a thing. We've just been trained by this campaign to
pick up on all details.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
So I think in that case, instead of Posey going no, she'll go, yes, it has killed one or two of our more elderly residents. But as far as we can tell, that is the ordinary flu that makes the rounds whenever a travel comes past.
Yes, I see. You don't have any... Suspect seems like such a harsh word, but I suppose it's the only one that's appropriate in these circumstances. Do you have any ideas as to who might have had the opportunity to do this, or why they might have done so? Or is this purely a mystery?
If I knew, would I ask you for help?
Damn.
Quite so. Frankie does not...
Meanwhile...
No, go ahead.
No, finish.
That's okay, go ahead.
Sorry, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say in the background, Tsugi was just gonna like pat Biff on the back and be like, if we see a body-sized hole though, you can definitely start digging there. How's that?
That's the plan. But I think, Frankie, you saying this body was dead before it went missing?
Yes.
That's out of order.
Kai, is there anything with Tsugi's passive perception that he would pick up, or...
I would, if you're going to look around, I would like you to make active perception rolls or investigation rolls if you are going to be taking a closer look at any one specific thing.
If he's going ahead of that, he gets a guidance, like Miss Foam pats in on the back a little bit, gently.
I don't know how to make it do the guidance thing. I might not need it.
Plus... Oh shit!
You
nice.
keep that guidance.
I mean, like, if you want to add the guidance to it, go ahead, and I might be able to tell you a bit more.
I will always take a bit more. D4.
Yes.
Plus.
No, that's it. Just D4.
Just add a D4.
Yeah. So 22.
22.
22.
Okay. All right. With the 22, then yeah, you get a real good look around at this place. For one thing, I will now say everyone is going to be able to see this couple of next things, and Tsugi, I will say specifically when it's just you that notices. As you guys have walked into this cottage, you've noticed there are a lot of dried plants and half-dried plants strung up all around the place. Some of them seem kind of, Tsugi, this is only a detail that you'll notice, most of them seem kind of dusty, like they haven't been touched in a fair while. Like, potentially they've been hung up there longer than they really should have been. Overall, this cottage does seem kind of cramped with the amount of odds and ends that are around the place. Tsugi, you are the one that notices there is a pair of walking boots by the door that is covered in a sort of a much darker mud than you have noticed from around the roads in the village. You also managed to see that there are scuff marks on the floor from where these shoes have maybe been worn inside a bit more than most other people would. So you can see, like, further into the room, the floors are kept reasonably neat and tidy, other than scuff marks that seem to come straight to these boots. You also have a look around, like, this room has maybe, this whole cottage has maybe 1.5 rooms. I would say it's open plan if it weren't for the fact that it's too small to really count as open plan.
It's a room with a roof.
It's a room with a roof, and this other one small section that is kind of not even walled off, but there's a little some woven straw separator kind of like keeping a small little washing area to the side. You notice that the bed is, while made, it is crumpled, and as if something was lying on it after it had been made. You notice that doesn't seem to be any food left out in the kitchen. Should they have covered everything? No, I think I've covered everything other than, like, things are generally cluttered. If you want to know more, you are allowed to ask me more specific questions, and I will give you more stuff based on the 22 perception roll. But if you want to, like, look really, really closely at a specific thing, you are going to have to give me investigation.
Absolutely. Sounds fair. I think Tsugi is gonna, like, pick up Miss Foam from wherever Miss Foam is. Sorry, Miss Foam. And he's gonna, like, hold Miss Foam as, like, I have the talking cube, and be like, it looks like the boots, it looks like they specifically have left marks around. Are these the owner's boots? Are they your boots, or do they seem relevant?
Yeah, she'll basically relay that there's nothing she'll actually change.
Posey will nod and go, those were Ildra's. Whenever she went gathering herbs that she could not grow, those is what she wore.
You know where she went?
She was quite secretive about lots of the places that she went, as you can see, herbs were her trade, and they were her speciality. And barring the one apprentice that she had, which has long since left the village, she did not tell anyone because she thought that they would overuse some of the more specific ones.
No, that's... I understand wanting to not be particularly out and open about where one gets the tools of the trade, so to speak.
Yeah, Posey just kind of side-eyes you there.
Should we assume that things are being translated, or...?
Yes.
The important bits, yeah.
I would say it's just, like, a constant stream at the moment. Obviously, in other situations, it would be less so, but in this specific instance, since we're all investigating, I would say at least the major points are translated backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way of doing it.
Also, doesn't Frankie still have tongues on right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Good
That's why they're
actually.
talking.
How long did it take us to get here?
It was half an hour in amongst the rest of the villagers. It was maybe 10 minutes walk to get here, so you have 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I would like to do investigate. Specifically because, again, the Frankie best in relation to death is necromancy. Can I do an investigation for, like, any, I guess, like, standout signs that, like, anything like that may have happened, or
yeah,
something
go ahead.
like that? And can I, because I believe my investigation is terrible. Oh no, my investigation is fine, but I still want to argue it. Can I argue that I have an advantage because this is my area of interest?
Don't you have spells that will actually help you with this?
I don't think so. I mean, like, what would I use?
What spells you got?
I mean, like, none of these. Like, honestly,
yeah,
the most
true.
useful one so far has been tongues. No.
Yeah, you know, like, it's alright. Tell me what sort of things you would go looking.
Do you have a locate object? Can we locate the corpse?
Miss Fern has a locate object, by the way. I was
Can we locate the corpse?
Locate corpse!
But the thing is, right, it's, and this is what Miss Foam is rationalizing, because, you know, if you break the sort of barriers of the spell, either doesn't work or shit bad happens. It's an object you have to be familiar with.
Yeah.
So she's trying to
You don't know who
wait for a
wants
moment
corpses.
to be like, is there something that that the lady would have that is like a replica? Like, is there a type of, I don't know, like, she's trying to think if there's a way that she could get a description so good that she'll be able to locate objects, or if there's another way around it. But it's gonna be finicky. She's thinking about it.
Mm.
You cast it trying to find, it's like locate corpse, and all corpses in the area just light up.
I mean, alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind.
Where's the nearest corpse?
Yeah.
Is it where
This
you
one knows
expect
what a
it to
corpse
be?
is, right?
Yeah, she knows what. She definitely knows what a corpse is.
I'm just saying.
I just need to look up the range.
And if I believe it's like there's a range and like it points you in the direction.
The range is self object within 1,000 feet of you.
Yeah, okay. Which,
I don't want. Sorry, if we're gonna taffy train this, we can stop.
No. I'm entirely fine with, if you guys want to do this, you can. I'm just like within 1,000 feet. That's like.
That includes the whole village,
350
right?
meters. So, like,
Oh no, that's 350 meters. Oh, okay, that's not very long at all.
No, so that's about only about.
That's like the street.
Yeah, so that's, you can do it if you want. I will not stop you. However, it is limited range, so you would know for certain if the corpse is still within this small area of the village. But it doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
But you can have it up for up to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Start running around this phone like a freaking divining rod.
Yeah.
Sprinting.
It's just got a couple of like
Tsugi, take the
like
cue,
a dowsing
run.
rod, just like swinging back and forth, and wait for our eyes to cross.
Maybe it's for later, but yeah.
Maybe so what?
Oh, maybe it's something to hold on to for later.
Yeah.
A surprise tool that'll help us later.
Yeah. I'm still trying to piece my way around spells and what could be helpful right now.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, if you want to have a look around specifically for anything necromancy related, you can have advantage on that.
Yeah, like specifically.
But I will say it will not be an easy roll.
No, that's fair. Specifically, because you did ask me for specifics, as like looking into like, are any of these herbs like there's a lot of them, so some of them will probably be used in necromancy, but like, have those ones been disturbed? Like, is there, say for example, 2 sets of footprints and that kind of junk? Has somebody got them up and has the corpse moved away under its own steam? Or like, I don't know, any kind of like magical residue that these spells leave, you know, I don't really know, but anything like that.
Yeah, okay, so make a roll for me.
I will.
I do just want to point out, Tsugi's trying to steal herbs. Posey is glaring at him because she's got a much higher passive perception than what he rolled.
Yeah, he didn't even roll that well. He only got like a 12. So can I argue that he gets 1 herb before Posey gets stuff, or is that
you can have one. You can have one.
Okay.
Well, it's the
he
sort
gets
of thing
one
of, like,
herb, reaches out for another, sees Posey has definitely cottoned onto him, slowly rolls the arm back.
Like, to be fair, she wouldn't stop you, but she is like just looking at you,
deeply like...
unimpressed. Okay, so Biff, you may also look at the herbs if you would like. It is unfortunately going to fall under the generalized thing of you don't massively recognize these plants. But if you want, you can roll anything you feel would be appropriate, and I may give you some information because you did spend a fair chunk of time tromping about in the forest. So,
can I do a nature roll?
Yes, you can.
11.
Okay. We'll get to you in a second, Frankie.
Great.
With an 11, I reckon there's probably at least one set of herbs that you do notice that are hanging up, and you'd properly recognize these because Jerome pointed them out on the very first night. You watched him cook with it. Those are a really, really nice herb to add extra flavor to a meal.
Nice. I think she does the thing where she like just takes a little piece, like tastes it.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit dusty. It's been hanging there for a while, as opposed to like the nice fresh ones that Jerome had. But like, it tastes good. It's kind of spicy like rosemary, but much warmer, if that makes sense.
Choo!
I will mention Tsugi, before he puts the stolen herb in his hammer space, does see that Biff is looking at the herbs. So he does sort of like, does this look like the murder weapon? Before he stuffs it in his hammer's face after being caught. Just like, if this is important to the investigation, I don't need it that bad. I'm just a compulsive thief.
Again, Posey isn't going to stop you. But yeah, Frankie, with that dirty 20 on your investigation roll, I will say you have a closer look. There are multiple sets of footprints as you are having a closer look there, mostly just because people have been coming in and out as they pay their respects to the dead body. What you do notice, though, is having a look at the herbs, you don't spot any that look like they were used for any necromantic purposes. However, you do find a spot in the ceiling that seems to be strangely empty of any herbs or anything hanging up there, as if it has been emptied recently. In terms of other necromantic stuff that you notice,
if there isn't anything, there isn't anything.
Yeah,
That's
no,
also...
I'm just trying to think of like anything that you would actively notice without use of a spell, sort of thing. I don't. Oh, actually, no. I'll tell you what you do find. You manage to spot a single tiny speck of blood on one of the bed sheets.
Ooh. I mean, it's not like people that don't like have very minor cuts and bruises and stuff like that, so it's not exactly tons of evidence, but also this like our corpse did not die of any kind of external
It's up the top, kind of like just below where the pillow would.
Interesting.
Miss Posey, as somebody else who I presume is familiar with processes that a body goes after death, would you agree that they don't have a tendency to bleed?
Correct. And there was no blood on her when I laid her out. What have you found?
Frankie will just stand aside and point to that. Where is it like in the middle of like where the head would be, or like?
It's kind of okay. So if you imagine body laying on the bed, head on the pillow, it's kind of coming from where the shoulder would be against like the mattress sort of thing.
Okay, yeah. So like theoretically, it could just have been left by one. Sorry, the word I keep coming up with is well-wishers. That's really inappropriate. Mourners, there we go. Bloody hell. One of the mourners.
Visitors, go with.
Visitors, yeah, that works.
Sorry. Go on.
But it does seem to be in a rather awkward position, and I don't think it's especially old.
It was not there when out. That is still fresh. And she leans over to poke at it and rubs it between a finger and thumb. It's a little bit dried now, mostly because of how it's been left from overnight. But I'm just gonna have a really quick check through her magic again, because this feels like she should have some manner
It really like if you like finding something left at a crime scene, it really feels like there should be some kind of magic that you can like use that in to locate something, or
I think I'm gonna the absolute joy of being NPC demigod is I can kind of just go fuck the actual spell list and I'm doing what I like here. So she rubs it.
Spells.
Yeah, she rubs kind of like some of the
There's always
brown
detect magic.
flakes of the magic, and as she does, it just slowly dissipates into ash, and she clenches that in her fist and then blows that out as this stream of ashes was far more than what you saw the blood crumble into, follows out, and it blows through the air, trails around a corner, and then out the door before bits and pieces of it slowly settle to the ground and vanish. Not enough to get very far, but it's a trail.
I suppose then we follow it, see where it takes us.
As I said, I cannot leave the village. There is too much going on. There is too much work to be done. Can I trust you to take care of this and not make me more work?
Of course. Miss Posey, I promise you that we will not let you down.
She looks at Ms. Foam.
That's so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
If only we understood this conversation.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Yeah. Would Posey still be doing Elvish or?
Yes, she's been speaking Elvish this whole time because, like, oh, okay, this is a language that at least two of you seem to understand.
Yeah. Miss Foam's like turns over, still being helped by Tsugi, and nods. Take it as you will.
Posey, like, deep breath in and nods. Alright. This will at the very least get you to the edge of the village. There is not really much more I can do. Most people in this village do not seem to go very far, but there were reports that we have seen Ildra. There are some ruins to the northwest of here that sometimes she would visit. We don't know if that's where she always went, but it seemed when we found her body that she was walking back from it. It might be a start, but of course, we don't know what has happened or who has taken it or what is going on. So that's your job.
You just leave that us, Miss Posey. We hopefully even return with news, if not the actual body, before the funeral was even due to take place.
Hope that you do, as there has been a lot already planned and a lot of people very worried.
Yes, I completely understand. Please don't let us keep you. You have, as you have said, much to do already.
She gives another curt nod and turns to walk out the door before stopping in the doorway, turning back around to just look at you and... Do you bleed?
That's a good question, do we?
Your tunes. This is up to
Biff
you.
didn't understand the question, so...
This is up to you,
Oh,
and
was that...
how would you?
Personally, yes, but it doesn't look like that.
Okay.
I can't speak for the others.
Miss Phone is quiet. She doesn't know she bleeds.
She doesn't know yet.
Awkward.
Yeah. She hasn't bled yet. Animals have.
As you, talking to Frankie, as you are one who has already said that you have an interest in the necromantic arts, I'm sure you understand, would you be comfortable with me making sure you are not going to get horrendously lost?
Yes, of course. Do you need, a similar process to the one that you just, demonstrated?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Frankie has, no problem with this.
Yeah. Posey pulls a handkerchief and a small knife out of her pocket, holds out her hand, gesturing for yours.
Yeah, Frankie's fine with this.
Yeah, Frankie, please take... I'm just gonna fucking roll D4 because I don't feel like typing it. It is a deeper cut. It is a deeper cut than intended, mostly because she didn't know how best to get through your fur.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
it is very strange.
yeah, so please,
Like, where's the skin?
yeah, please take 3 slashing damage as she
fair.
cuts.
Off of 25 hit points.
Yeah, so she cuts across your palm and holds the handkerchief to it for a little bit, and like all I can picture for the blood is it's fucking rainbow shimmer looking.
It's
like
rainbow-
kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Rainbow glitter.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just rainbow glitter.
It's glitter gel. It's glitter glue.
I was thinking of it being glitter glue. That would be very funny. It's not. If you punched Frankie very hard in the face, she would she would nosebleed glitter glue. But what you actually get for like actual like blood is sort of like
the unicorn blood from Gravity Falls.
kind of like that. Yeah.
It was just
Or like that. The sort of yeah. So it's like it's like kind of like it's slightly, it's almost less toony. This is like the most organic thing that you have probably seen from a toon for a while.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's what it looks like.
yeah. Okay. So she does that and she goes to try and soak up some of the liquid into her handkerchief to keep hold of it, and then Tsugi barges in.
What?
Yeah. So here's the thing, y'all talking in a foreign language, and y'all talking so quickly at this point, there wasn't time to translate. So 1 second you guys are talking, and the next second Frankie is being fucking stabbed. So Tsugi just shoves himself between you two, and he's not even talking. He's just like, don't you fucking, Frankie, he's like pointing at Posey while Frankie's like basically shoved against the wall. Miss Foam is like held underneath only one arm as he's like trying to body block so that Posey can't do anything. And he's just like glaring, like, I don't know what changed, but this definitely isn't allowed. This definitely wasn't the deal. Stabbing, not part of the deal.
it's protective.
Posey is looking rather incredulous and annoyed because what the fuck?
Fuck is going on?
Frankie is also very irritated. She's going to just she is going to shove him away. This was
No, back, behind. I don't know what the fuck her deal is, but
like this. Sorry,
It's okay.
just giggling. But this was voluntary. This was voluntary. Goodness sake, she's
what?
she's
You
Will
wanted her to stab
listen?
you.
Please, Tsugi, please listen. Are you listening? With your
I don't
ears?
know. Does it look like I'm listening? Hands on his hips, glaring at her. Yes, he's listening, but he can't ever say anything without it being sarcastic.
Frankie holds out her paw and like gestures with her hoof towards it, and it's like, this was on purpose. I offered her some of my blood so she is able to track us down if she needs to.
You didn't think to warn the rest of us guys who don't have a fucking clue what the hell kind of languages you guys are talking.
I rather thought the
He
fact
like
that
literally
I
like
stepped, I
drops
rather
Miss
thought the fact
Foam
that I
and like
stepped
walks
forward,
out the door.
holding
He's
out
so
my
frustrated.
hand, was clue enough. You don't need to be able to understand what I'm saying to be able to understand that. I appreciate your enthusiasm in trying to keep us safe. Heaven knows that I would not expect it from you towards me. But there is nothing to worry about.
Tsugi just is really glaring. If anybody wants to roll insight, they can, but you don't have to. Basically, all he's doing is he's like listening. His jaw sort of tightens at one point, and then he flips a bird, which immediately turns into a big black sensor bar with
bar.
note written on it out the side,
Excellent.
and walks out the door.
Is it funnier if Biff is on the other side of the room doing something, or if she's like standing behind Posey, lead pipe raised like a fucking bat?
I think that's funny. I think that is actually the funniest shit in the world. Because I just want the scene of Miss Foam looking at Tsugi, looks back at Posey, notices Posey doesn't notice Biff
Yeah.
doing that, and she just does the fucking
For the sake of the bit,
sign where it's like the fucking stop.
yeah, for the sake of the bit, despite Posey having a ridiculously high passive perception, she doesn't notice Biff.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
Biff
that's
will
funny.
drop it.
Yeah,
For the funny.
It's cause
It's because it's funny.
yeah, for the sake of the bit. Okay.
She looks a little disappointed, but it's okay.
Violence later.
Violence later. Like, Posey looks at Ms. Foam and Frankie and just, are we done?
Yes, we are.
Posey gives the nod and gives a nod and puts the bloodied handkerchief, glitter-blooded handkerchief,
The be glittered, the be sparkled.
the besparkled handkerchief,
The bejeweled thing.
into a small
Bedazzled. There we go.
Bedazzled, that's the one.
into a small leather pouch on her belt. And now she goes to leave properly this time. She'll call back over her shoulder, "If you are not back by tomorrow night, I will see if I have time to send someone looking."
Much appreciated.
Miss Foam scurries out the door and just looks around for Tsugi.
Yeah, so not only that, but because you got Dirty 21, you also did see the moment that Tsugi's jaw sort of like tightened was when Frankie said, "I didn't really expect that from you." And he's like back pressed hard against the outside of the wall, arms shoved together. He's not like annoyed. He's pissed right now. He's like trying to keep himself from moving around, but he's angry.
Mm.
No talk me Angie.
No, wait, come back.
Do you need a moment?
I don't know. Do we need a moment as a party, or are we just gonna start fucking walking around and letting people stab us everywhere? She can't be that careless. She has to know, if we're a wandering freak show, that letting other people just take parts of you is it's fucking bad news. She can't be that stupid.
Yeah, that's my job. Sorry.
Biff, please.
Biff, beloved, please.
Oh, okay. She just puts her head back in.
Back in the fucking doorway. Good. Oh god.
Oh, by the way, since you did get that 21, I will just go ahead and state this, although I hope I was implying this. Part of Tsugi is very angry about the fact that his friend was stabbed. Part of Tsugi is very angry because Frankie didn't think that he would come to her defense at all, even though, again, stabbed. And then the third part that he's angry about is the fact that Frankie just let Posey take some of her blood, and he's increasingly getting worried about the third part.
So, everyone alright?
Yeah.
Everyone having a
I
good
don't
time?
even know what.
Liz is having a think.
Yeah.
I'm.
If we
I
want
think this.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm also. I'm having to think. She's also having to think because I don't know if I want to fucking talk through her thought process, but she was also very slow to react, and she is now slowly gathering her thoughts about the entire situation as well. But yeah, in this moment, she just does not say anything.
I mean, it's an option just to sort of sit nearby. Like,
Mhm.
I can help.
Yeah.
Biff, by the way, is gonna start like picking up furniture and looking like behind couches and shit, just see if she can find this
For
corpse.
the body.
Don't
Yeah.
think
Very
it's going to be
good.
under the
I love
sofa,
you, Biff.
dear.
Hmm? What?
There's not enough room under the sofa for a body.
Biff looks at the sofa, looks at the ground. Maybe not a whole one.
I think we know if it was
I
taken
love
apart
you,
in this room.
Sorry, one more time.
No, so I think we'd know if it was taken apart in this room, if at all.
She like looks around. She's like, maybe out back then. just goes to like, is there a back door?
I mean, it's a small enough cottage that no one only has the one door, but you could very, very easily walk around to get to the back.
Yeah, we just go past and like poor Suki. and
Yeah, no,
Frank
Biff's
still
just gonna
there.
walk past that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Frankie
fair.
is trailing after her, mostly intent on making sure that she doesn't, essentially desecrate somebody's garden. A dead person's garden. It's just like listen, it's fine, you can poke around in there, but please don't dig any holes.
Biff
follow
starts
her around
digging
the
a
back.
hole.
Are you doing it in which, like, flower bed, a
Well, hang on. What's
Like
out
a
back? What's
thing.
out back?
a veggie patch?
Is there any recently disturbed dirt?
Not recently disturbed, no.
How
But,
long
like-
ago did they lose this person?
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it's like only last night.
Hmm.
You would be able to tell if the Earth was overturned by this point.
Yeah, but you gotta look.
Well, you know what?
Just,
Yes,
like look.
you could look, but please don't go digging anything up. All right?
I mean, unless
Yeah,
you
she's
want
got
some
like
of the
some kind of carrots over here.
Yeah.
Those aren't ours, darling.
Definitely pulled at least one thing out of the ground.
Okay.
It ain't hers either.
It
She
looks
ain't
like-
eating them.
It looks like a carrot, but it's purple.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yo, there's some kind of magic going on with these. Puts it back in the ground.
I ain't eating that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, okay. Let's
Mhm.
back to Ms. Foe.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, I think she finally, like, figures it out and she's like, you are right. This is a...
Wait, what?
She squints at him.
No, I'm sorry. This is actually worth stopping you. You think that I'm right? This has basically never happened before. I deserve to have this verified. You think that I'm right?
Yes. She looks kind of sad. I do believe that you're right. This is definitely not a particular type of magic that I was aware of. I'm aware of similar. And so I did have judgment that it could be fine due to our connections with Posey and Jerome, and I took it all in good faith, but it does not mean that conversations about maneuvers like this isn't one that we should have.
Someone actually thinks I'm right for once?
That's all he took away.
And we were right there. I know that, like, translating between two languages and code switching is hard and shit, but it wasn't that hard to just make sure that we were all okay with it. Like, if we're supposed to be investigating together, I don't say, why didn't she just fucking, she could be in, gosh, she could be in so much danger right now, and we don't even fucking know. He sort of, like, has his hands like pressed against his eyebrows, just like rubbing his face. Like he's actually pretty significantly worked up about this.
I do want to believe that this is all in good measure, but does not mean that there's nothing to be worried about. Again, I do not know what specifically the spell was like, and if Miss Posey does want to indeed keep track of us, so if we do get lost in a land that we are unfamiliar with, she is able to track us down. Removing the spell might cause more problems than it's worth. Both scenarios
The
are
spell
something
was a tracking spell? You guys, without asking the rest of us, signed up for a tracking spell that also used Toonish blood. Did none of you remember what happened with the Museum Hermetica? Do none of you remember exactly what Toons can be if we're fucking liquefied?
They do not know what we are.
Exactly, and you just gave them the recipe of what we are. Not you, Frankie.
As DM, I kind of want to just lean over and gently pat Tsugi on the head.
Yeah, same.
Well, he doesn't feel better, but he does feel weirdly validated. Which is strange because he also just got weirdly validated by someone else in the party. And again, I was making it as a joke, but I actually don't think that that's happened before.
No, not really.
He's sort of like, someone actually thinks that I'm not overreacting about something that clearly has traumatized me? What's going on?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's
He's
just an
not wrong.
objectively stupid move.
Yeah.
By the way, though, it was in character. I don't disapprove of the move. Tsugi disapproves of the move.
Oh no! I definitely got that. But I also happen to agree that like handing over your blood to some strange magic user is kind of a bit like writing down your password on a post-it note and leaving it stuck to the top of your screen. It's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, the fact that Frankie fucking agreed to it is...
As a necromancer, I'm very surprised, but also, yeah.
Things happen in the heat of the moment. As we're clearly establishing, as Tsugi is unable to say literally any words of something he's clearly thought a lot about because he's in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's sort of... I think he actually sort of deflates and he's like, she didn't even think I'd fucking protect her from being fucking stabbed. I can't be that much of an asshole, can I?
Not many people have the bravery to jump in front of another so boldly.
Well, I have to get the rest of you chuckle fucks out of here somewhere. Somehow, otherwise I'm gonna be bombarded with notes when I'm the only survivor, so... Listen, I know that your whole deal is like not a family whole deal, but I'm pretty sure that a forest, wherever you came from, would inevitably figure out how to send me a fuck ton of letters if I didn't bring you back all in one piece. So, like, he sort of like throws up his hands and is like, it's just... It happened so fast I couldn't fucking stop it before it was done, and now we're gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
I guess so.
I'm stealing back the handkerchief after we find the body. I'm just saying that straight out. If she hasn't done her magic shit too fucking bad.
Okay.
Okay? He's like, again, he's like looking at Miss Foam like she's grown an extra head because she's agreeing with him about stealing. He's just like, I don't understand this feeling. I haven't been validated before. What's going on?
I mean, we can always ask for it back as well, but...
That sounds more like the Miss Foam I know. Stupid idea. She would be prepared then if we asked for it and then stole it. What we gotta do is steal it and then ask her, and if she says yes, put it back. So that then she can give it to us.
That also seems like a stupid idea, because that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, but a lot of work, potentially not getting the handkerchief and making sure that we're the rest of our lives, and eventually some sort of spell figures out our true name and chokes us to death, and then we're liquefied, and then she gets magic liquid tune remains, and then the entirety of Inkwell is in danger. I'll steal the handkerchief, man. If given the choice, I'll steal the handkerchief.
So we steal this handkerchief, and then we ask her to give it back, and she says yes, and we try to put it back, but she spots us, and we damage the trust that we have given her, but then we say goodbye and farewell, and she knows our faces, and soon enough she's able to track them and know our very location, and in one big swoop she's able to go into our past and liquefy us, and then she's able to get our being and then go to Inkwell and destroy the entirety of that as well.
So, Biff, have you found any fun new vegetables?
I think I'm gonna meet you in this fucking conspiracy board, actually.
That was beautiful.
I mean, Biff is genuinely trying to look around and see if there's anything suspicious, but I don't know if there's anything suspicious out back, so...
You mostly just find a bunch of weeds because this garden hasn't been tended to in a couple of weeks.
Starts pulling out weeds, and Frankie's like, no, don't pull the plants out. She's like, what the fuck do you think?
Who the fuck do you think I am?
Question mark on Biff's head.
100% we've gotten around to, once again, the conversation of, like, gardening.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, I have to say. Like, how many inspiration points do you guys already have? Because I know you're only, as a general rule, you guys are allowed a maximum of 3 at a time.
I have no idea. I think Snail's got most, though.
I know that I only have 1.
Okay.
I think I have 0. That doesn't seem right, but
okay.
I know.
I was gonna say, in that case, Liz, Snail, please have inspiration points, because that was a fucking conversation.
I was not sure if you were asking me or not. That's fine. I'll be Jesus.
You're not the only one who can catastrophize, motherfucker. I can catastrophize better than you.
Anything?
It's really good. It's really good. There's so much happening, but I have to stop talking about it because we have to continue the game. But afterwards, I'm going to talk about this a lot.
Well, I was gonna say, I think, honestly, on that little bit of catastrophizing, it's probably a good point to wrap up.
Yeah.
Unless there's any last things anyone wants to say.
No. Nah.
Good.
We're good?
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this session. I hope all of you enjoyed like a solid half hour of talking about different types of chips.
Yeah, that's on record now.
And I look forward
Sure,
to...
they can edit it out.
We'll see you guys next month, I fucking guess.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.